Hey. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Sorry for ya. Good to see you guys. Good to be here with you guys. It is Thursday, April 27th, 2023. I cannot believe this month is almost over. Awesome. So great to be back, guys. Again, I am being joined by the lovely Mama Bear as my co host. I am so excited for that, as will you be. Today, guys, episode 5, Summer Wells Revisited. We are almost done with this, I promise you. More truth and lies. Let's see if we can sort through it, guys. What do you say? Let's get the show on the road. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Good to see you. Welcome back.
Welcome back to
That
you.
intro. Yeah, well, you haven't been here either, but thank you. That intro is really cool. I love that. And I like how it can loop and just repeat itself until I decide to do what I want to do. I'm going to have to try to combine them somehow. And it looks really great, though. Mama Bear made that, by the way, for that new thing you guys just saw. That all Mama Bear's talents and amazingness, as always. And I thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And welcome to you all that are here, because I'm sure that too many people expected you to be. My apologies to each and every one of you, because I have the worst shitternet in the world, as I call it, and I dealt with it yesterday, folks. That's a promise. There's some people over at Optimum that don't like me anymore, and yeah, they just don't. It took me 6 hours, but I reached the home office and I spoke to the assistant to the gentleman that's the CEO for the company. It took me all day to do this, but I did it. And I don't know if I'm going to have free internet, but it's going to be cheap for a while. I'll just put it that way. I told her that I expected it free for the rest of my life based on what I went through. And then she was like, I can understand that. But I said, no, I don't expect you to do that.
There goes your static again.
What is going on with that? How about that? No? What the shit? How about now?
No, I'm still doing it.
What in the hell is going on?
Oh, now everything stopped.
How about now?
Still doing it.
Oh my God. Hold on. Why not? I get internet back, so let's have another problem now. Of course. That's how that needs to be, of course.
Do you have your phone or something nearby that would interfere with it? Or
it's not near it now. How about now?
It stopped.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I got multiple microphone settings on here that tells me to do this and that and everything else. It is what it is. So let's see who we have in the house today. Miss Lisa. Welcome. Good to see you, Miss Lisa Bevins. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're doing great today. Cece, the sweetest lady on the internet, thank you for joining us today. It's great to be back. PW, my assistant, what's going on? Good to have you. Good to see you. Mrs. M, always a pleasure to have you here. Mr. Lance, good to have you, brother. Let's see. Miss Kim, good to have you. Good to see you. Pamela, good to have you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Strike First, little brother, good to have you. Good to see you. Mikey's in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Rest in peace, Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer died? What? Get out.
Where was that at?
Holy heck. Looks like crime's under investigation with Mama Bear's here. We know who that is. And that weird old dude Dago, too. How about that? Or Papa Smurf, whatever I have been being called most recently. Miss April, thanks for joining us, hon. Good to see you. I think that's everybody. And I gotta say, guys, please, from the bottom of my heart, accept my apology for this crappy internet service that caused all this crap for the past 2 days. I've missed you guys insanely. Um, and I can tell you that you probably wouldn't have wanted to talk to me anyway. Mama Bear knows what I was like for the past 2 days, and it's not good. I was very angry, very mad, said bad words that I don't even know what I said sometimes because I was that angry. Wow, that's really crazy. He passed away.
Yep, I just
Pancreatic
looked it up.
cancer. That's what my uncle died from. Okay. Well, rest in peace, Jerry Springer. You were entertaining to say the least, my friend. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna do that now. Okay. Play with me. Go ahead and play with me. We're not gonna have that happen. Anyway, I am deeply sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I am sorry that it cut out the day that I was live. I'm sorry that I wasn't here the rest of that day or yesterday. And I can't. I have no control over that part of it. I did make them tell me what was wrong. They couldn't lie to me anymore. They told me exactly what it was. Always have these on my head. And I kind of told her about herself and how she needs to do her job because this has happened so many times. I kind of embellished and told them I'm losing thousands and thousands of dollars because I have no internet, which is not true. You have to be dramatic sometimes to get your own way. You know what I mean? So
thank you, PW. You're sweet.
And thank you, April. I appreciate all of you guys. I've seen you guys in Discord that were saying, don't worry about it, this and that. I appreciate your understanding. I appreciate Mama Bear's understanding. Why is there a microphone that says it's muted up there? That's weird.
I don't know.
You can hear me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm confused. It is what it is. Miss Ada Cox, welcome. Good to see you here. You had popped in here the other day and I had died out because my internet died. But it's great to be back and have you in here again. Are we allowed to believe her parents may be guilty of poor parenting? But are we allowed to believe? No, I almost insist that you believe because yes, that is exactly what the problem is. Oh my God, that's an understatement and a half, my dear. It really is. But yes, and welcome. It's so great to have you here, and you're allowed to believe whatever you want in here. This platform is made just for that. There is, we believe in equal rights with everybody in here. Okay, you have the right to your opinion. Your whatever you feel like saying. I mean, we don't put up with certain things. Racism and stuff like that. Obviously, we don't do that in here. But besides that, your opinion is your opinion, and nobody's going to judge you for that in here. And we will support you 100%, whichever way you go. And I don't expect anybody in the world to have to come in here and agree with what I say or what Mama Bear says. That's just not how we are, guys. So good afternoon, Mother. Thanks for joining us today. Good to see you. Absolutely, Ada. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
You are very welcome, Kim. I'm glad it helps.
All right. For those of you that didn't understand, Ruth Gosnell is my actual mother. So everybody be kind, please, as if you guys wouldn't be. I'm just saying. But thank you for joining us today, Mother. Good to see you. Okay.
Hi, Mama Dago.
Good golly, Miss Molly's in the house, everybody. Good to see you, Molly. Thanks for joining us. Again, my apologies, everyone, for not being here. Again, my internet company is horrifying. So let's pray. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, whatever we got to cross to make sure that it stays on today, okay? I pray. That way we can get through this and figure out some more of these truths and lies. And again, welcome, Ada. It's great to have you here. Anybody else that may have jumped in or be listening, it's great to have you here as well. Guys, on the way in the door, please make sure you leave a little DNA on that like button. I appreciate that so very much. Share this out to whoever you can think of to share this out to. I appreciate that as well. And at the end of the show, please be sure to leave some comments in the comment section because regardless of whether it's good or bad, hi, bye, kiss my butt, I don't care. YouTube wants to see it. So, again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is. I hope it's good. And I am glad you're here with me. Thank you for joining me. What is it? My opinion is Grandis and Grandfist. Candace and Grandfist. Grandis, I get what that is. The only choose what happened this summer. Well, we started to delve into another theory the other day when all my stuff went haywire and talked about it. It was kind of interesting to think about, actually, because I had never really thought about it because there was a rumor that was flying around about it. You're not crossing your toes? Okay, you don't have to, Kim. It's all right. Well, it'd be kind of hard to do, but it is what it is. I'm just praying that I stay alive. That's all I'm worried about. So come on in, guys. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Come on in, sit down, have a conversation with Mama Bear and me. We got 16 peeps in here as of now. We can do better than that. Come on, come on. Where is everybody? I think I sent out all my personal invitations.
In case it does go out, did you add me as an admin so I have some control? No, you didn't, did you?
On here? I thought you already were.
Not that I'm aware of. On StreamYards?
I thought I did that a long time ago.
You did on YouTube, not StreamYards.
Can you do that on StreamYards?
Yes, I sent you a video on how to do it.
Mm-hmm. When did you do that?
About a week ago.
That's right. You did do that. I forgot all about that stuff. Yes. But no, wait. I thought I did it after that, though. I didn't, obviously. Okay. So I will have to, yep. You know what? I know what happened with that, and I'll explain it later.
Okay.
There was a bunch of other stuff going on that we all know about, and...
Gotcha.
Okay, I lost my complete train of thought, my ADHD. You know how that goes. Yeah. I got to quit using it as an excuse for everything, but it is what happens, guys, in a lot of senses.
Hey, Rowdy.
What's up, Rowdy? Give me one moment to share this out via Twitter, and I will be right with you, and we can get to rolling. Let's see here. Sounds like the kids are having a good time.
Yeah, it's the twins. They're in there on the VR.
There you go. Can't go wrong with that. I'm telling you, I think I want one of those for myself.
I haven't played with it too much. The first time I did it, it made me nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I played it more, it'd probably be okay. But
I could see how it would make somebody nauseous, the way it moves you around and everything.
Yeah. And of course, I think it was a roller coaster thing too. So.
Oh yeah, no, that would definitely make you nauseous there.
It didn't used to till I got old.
Yeah, aging's fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All sorts of things. Remember when I was thinking about that the other day. I went to get up off the couch to do something, and when I stood up quick because I was moving fast, and I had to stop and put my hands out by my side, whoa.
Yeah, I do that all the time, but I think
and I'm like,
water.
I'm dizzy or whatever, because you move too fast. It's like, yeah, I'm definitely out of shape, but damn. Before I could do not that I did, but a front flip off the couch, land on my head, do a head spin, and stand on my feet and walk out the front door like nothing happened. And it was no big deal. Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, I think it's because I don't drink water. That's why it does it so much to me. But
you have to drink water.
Yeah.
Dehydration's not good.
Yeah. Water's gross.
It is. It's good for you.
But it's gross.
I understand that. But it's still good for you. You have to be look, what are you drinking now? Your Sprite? That's bad for you? Is it even Sprite Zero or is it full strength?
It's just Sprite.
Mm-hmm. Not that you need anything zero because you're already a skinny mini, but
not as skinny as I used to be.
well, I don't think any of us are. You know, that's part of aging as well. Water is your friend. Exactly, Strike. Thank you.
I know, but it's
I
gross.
hated water. I'm not going to say anything. I really can't. My mother would, age is just a number. That's correct, mother. My mother is the perfect example of that. She's 70 years old and does not look a day over 50. I'm telling you. I'm
That's
telling you.
awesome.
Yeah, she does not. Nobody believes she's 70 years old. I don't believe she's 70 years old.
Well, I got a compliment yesterday. Somebody told me they thought I was in my 30s. I was like, oh, you're so sweet.
If I didn't know better, I would think you were in your 30s. And part of it,
She
I'm
was
telling
in
you,
my 30s.
your voice has a lot to do with that. You have that young, high pitched voice that makes you sound young too, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
I drink so much water, I will have 4 hospital mugs of ice water during the day. Okay, well, you got to watch now too, Molly. You don't want to drown yourself, okay?
But it's good for her kidney, though. Kidneys.
Well, that's true too. Sending monetary gift and wealth. You don't have to do that, mother, but thank you. I appreciate that.
No.
You look young because I live in Buffalo. No sun left. Yeah,
That's part of it too, is because I don't go out in the
that's
sun.
probably what my mother's. Yeah. Now that I think of it, my mother doesn't go in the sun either. She never really has. She stays out of it because she doesn't want to have to deal with the skin cancer and all the other crap. So she stays out of the sun when she can. And, you know, she's very clear, I call her complected, but, you know,
Yeah.
she stays out of it. So that probably does help with her skin. I'll be honest with you because she's got good skin. She just doesn't look her age at all. It blows my mind. And she gets around pretty good. Um,
Cool.
Still very vibrant, and she does not act her age either by any means. Do you, mother? She said, "She's
Oh,
what if
thank you, Strike.
genetics play a large role? I hope that I inherited that too, because Lord have
Yeah.
mercy."
I remember when my mom, um, everybody was always surprised that her age, they always thought she was younger. So,
Right,
I'm like,
exactly.
genetics, yay.
Oh yes, she is. PW. My mom is the best. Mike Caden calls her gangster, and I'm like, what? What? And she's cool, grandma, because my mother wears Chuck Taylor tennis shoes and
That's awesome.
jeans, and she listen. This is how I know she's cool. My father is an old hippie. Okay, I mean, he looked like the lead singer from Kansas for years. Okay, cowboy boots, button down shirts, all that good stuff. My mother now has him wearing designer jeans. He's wearing Hey Dude tennis or shoes. And we just had and he goes to the barber. He gets his beard lined up and all this. He's pure white. Okay, but he does all that stuff. He's got designer clothes. She's got she's got him wearing Sauvage cologne by Johnny Depp now. And we just had a conversation the other day. I said, if you walk him in the house and my father's wearing an earring in his ear, I'm leaving. Because at, at this point, this is where we're going next. Okay. Like it's hilarious. But they're very on point with, well, she is on point with style and all that kind of stuff. She always has been. So it's kind of funny. But I've watched him slowly morph because of her into this guy now. They look like they just pulled in from Beverly Hills or something. It's kind of funny. It's
That's
cute
funny.
though. I love it. She's got bands. She's got Chuck Taylor. She's got certain T-shirts and stuff. And I'm like, what are you wearing? I mean, I like it. I get jealous actually because she's got nicer shit than I do. So it is what it is.
Oh.
I know he's not wearing an earring. I already know better than that because he tried to rip them out of my ears. So I guarantee you that's not going to happen. So that's a good try, mother. Very, very good. My whole family would shit their pants if they ever saw him with an earring in his ear. He ain't going to let nobody do that to him. There's no way. No way. Yeah, I mean, how many 70-year-olds do you know that wear Vans and Chuck Taylors
You said, nope, it's in.
I no, it ain't. No, it's not. I promise you it's not. Like I said, Good morning, Samantha Terry. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, Rowdy, for the recommendation. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Maybe Dago's dad. Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Samantha.
My
Glad to
father
see
don't. My father does not do jewelry other than like a wedding ring, if even that. He doesn't do the jewelry thing or any of that, so I doubt that's gonna happen. Bands and chucks and dudes are comfy. Yes, they are. Well, the dudes are. I don't know. Chucks. I don't. Chucks are too flat for me. I don't wear them much anymore. In my bands, I don't either. But the Hey Dudes, I wore my first pair out. Like I loved them. They were the most comfortable shoe I ever had in my life. I just can't picture my father wearing them. My mom, yeah, but not my dad. That just blew my mind completely. Yeah. God, the best thing. They come to my house one day, and he walked in. They walked past, takes his jacket off. He has a bet. He wears vests too, guys. So he's up with that style too. It's hilarious. But he walks past, and I look down, and you know the designer jeans that have like the stitching on the pockets now.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. Anyway, I look over and I did a double take, and I'm like, what? No way, because he's always been like the Wrangler guy, this and that and
Yeah.
everything else, or Levi's or something. He had them on, and I went, oh god. And that's kind of when it started. It was funny, but hey, whatever. Wear scrubs and clinics the majority of your adult life. I have options. Yeah, she's a retired nurse. She has options now.
That's right.
That's a fact. Well, she's a retired nurse and a nursing teacher, so she taught
Wow.
a lot of things in that sense too. But I got two pairs of Chucks. I haven't worn them in so long. I have to have support. I'm old now. I can't wear that flat stuff. So, all right, let's see what we got here, folks. Again, episode number 5. We really didn't get to go all the way through 4, but I'm not going back. I know you. I don't want you guys getting sick of this already. So, we're gonna move forward. Episode 5. Again, more truths, more lies. Let's see if we can differentiate what's what, and find something in here that we may have missed at the first round that we went through this. Oh yeah, Kim. I had those. She's in here and she can provide the truth on that. 8th grade, Chuck Taylors were popular again, and they had Chuck Taylors that folded down and they could go up to like right below your knee. I had a pair that were pink and gray. Yeah,
Huh.
interesting. I can't believe I worked this stuff. I remember them like it was yesterday. I'm not sick of what you do, and it's cool, great stream. Well, I appreciate that, Lance. I just don't want you guys to get tired and bored with it, and because we've been really on this for a minute. Absolutely, Samantha. If you have any questions, issues, or anything, the moderators will jump all over that. They'll help you with anything you have. If I can't do it, just ask. Um, was Allie's friend that was talking on the video with Chris M really found dead? Was she? You're talking about Leslie? You got to be kidding me. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Seems like I
What?
remember hearing something about that.
Good God.
Very
Jose's dead. He died too.
taking their
Wow.
secrets to the grave, huh?
Summer Wells that served justice. Wow. That's news to me.
Yeah, let
Where
me
did
look.
you find that out, April? Wow. Let me see. I'm not surprised. I got to be honest with you guys. This whole case has been nothing but stuff like this. Let me see here. Oh, that's not it. Leslie Jordan. Yes, I knew that. I don't remember her name. Leslie. Jose, yeah, Jose died last year.
How about Leslie Earhart?
Okay, Lisa said she died a while ago. Again, welcome, Lisa. If I didn't tell you, my dear, I'm sorry. Um, Leslie Earhart. Let me see, folks. Give me 1 minute. I'm sorry for the delay, but this kind of blew my mind. Okay, last seen early afternoon. Leslie Earhart says prior to the call at 6:30 summer. Was last seen early afternoon. Okay. That is that was another thing too. That somebody was saying that the timeline on that she may not have done what she did the day she did it. So, it's okay, April. Part of that is it's kind of important. Give me 1 second here. Okay, let's see. Six months ago, 1 year ago. Wait, Leslie Earhart. That's the TBI.
Oh, is that the wrong one?
That's the TBI investigator, I believe, for Tennessee. I'm gonna have to dig on that one, folks. I'm curious to know. Thank you so much for that one. Cece, please, guys, if you haven't, show a little bit of love. Subscribe to Mama Bear's channel, Crime Time with Mama Bear. Show a little bit of love and respect. She deserves it because she works hard. And thank you, Cece, so very much. I'll have to look into that as well with me. Thank you, Cece, for that again, guys. My channel is 100% crowdfunded, folks. If it wasn't for that, I will not be here. Again, anybody that would care to donate to support the channel, please do via Venmo, PayPal, and or Cash App. That is so very much appreciated. What's up, Jokey? Good to see you today. PW called out, and here you are. Well, I thank you, PW. I appreciate that. I wanted to do.
Hey, Dustin.
Here we go.
Dustin, call.
The comedian's in the house. Dago, did you save the link I sent Tuesday? I never touched it, so it's probably there, bud. Sorry I couldn't make it. Why are you doing it again, or what's going on?
It's supposed to be tonight.
Oh, then yeah, I'll be there for sure. No worries. What interview with Allison at the house or the sidewalk? I have both of them, so. And what are you talking about, Molly? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, no, it was rescheduled. Cool. Good, because I missed it, and I was kind of upset about that. So is this going to be where I'm jumping up on panel with
Zeke?
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of upset about that, so I'm grateful that you guys rescheduled it. I hope you didn't reschedule it because of me.
No, Zeke had stomach flu.
Or
stomach bug, something.
Okay, well, I hope he feels better. So yeah, just use that same link then. Is it going to be, well, it would be a different link anyway, wouldn't it, bud? Miss Vicky's in the house. Good to see you. No worries about being late.
Hey, Vicky.
No worries whatsoever. All right. Nope. Okay. We'll figure it out later on, bud. I promise. I'll be there, though. Either way. So we heard most of what same link. That's awesome. We heard most of what Grandis's so-called friend had said and called out some lies, so on and so forth. Moving on, I have another. Oh, I have another interview with somebody by the name of Kathy. She calls herself Candace's friend. And she puts out some info too that's kind of substantive to this case, guys. It makes some sense, okay? I don't know why I just used that one word, but that's not what I meant. But it's important to the case. There we go. Taking after my son. Please do, April. I appreciate that so very much. Because that's not something I knew. Absolutely. Same to you, Vicky. Okay. All right. So we're going to get into this here, and then we're going to move on through this as fast as I can. I'm going to try. Sometimes it's hard because we talk through these interviews and so on and so forth, but we have to be able to differentiate what's right and what's wrong and what's not and what is. So again, thank you all for joining me. And again, my apologies for the past 2 days. I hope everybody is okay with that. I had no control over it. And I'm here now, and hopefully it won't happen so anymore.
Willow.
So I think weirdness.
Okay, Molly.
Absolutely. What did Molly say? Oh, okay. Go feed your critters. Yeah. It's definitely off down there, Willow. I've had some bad vibes looking at that basement. I'll just put it that way. But thank you for joining us, Will. I appreciate it so very much. It's great to have you here. I always respect and appreciate your input, as I do with all of you. All right, let's get this video up and rolling for you guys. Again, this is Kathy. She was a supposed friend of Candace's. She's got some interesting stuff to talk about, like a weird film area. I mean, it could be. That's quite strange. I'll be honest with you. I agree. PW says the basement's the key to the case. It kind of is in a lot of ways. I agree. So, all right. Ow. Up and running. I wish this cold air would go away and it would warm back up again. This is not right. It's like they teased us with spring and said, here it is, here it is, here it is. Nope. Sorry. You don't get it yet. Basement is a bad movie. Yeah, it is. It very much is. I agree 100%, Vicky. All right, guys. As always, please let me know if there's issues with the audio. We know all about basements. There's 30. You're a mess, bro. What a trip. And you couldn't find the door to the basement, like hiding people. Yeah. Yeah, there's another. Same here, Kim. Same here, always. What happened, Mama? You just dropped off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My computer's still connected, but StreamYard, I guess.
Yeah, it has its own mind sometimes. All right, let me set this up and get you guys going on this. English. If anybody has any questions during this, let me know. CC found the perfect one for, I'm sure. Can't wait to see this. You guys always have so much fun for me. I think CC and PPR have come together to down me, to take me down in their own way. It's okay, though. I love you guys. Okay, I'm going to be good now. Oh, you're fine, brother. It's all in good fun. Don't worry about it. Candace said the basement is where Summer sleeps. Yeah, that's not all that they said. So, all right, let's do this. Again, let me know how the audio is. If there's any issues, questions, problems, anything, just yell at me. And we're off.
Okay, we're going to try this again today. If anybody's here and you can hear me, please let me know. Yes, whatever.
Love you too, CC.
Can anybody hear me? I'm going to proceed because I do believe I got the problem fixed, and I'm just going to go ahead, excuse me, and move forward. First, I'm going to say is the most important thing of all. If you have any information on Summer Wells, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
By the way, guys, this was from just only a month ago that this was streamed. Okay. This wasn't from way back when with the rest of this stuff. This is newer. What's up, Drift? Good to see you. I have no idea why she's wearing a chin diaper, brother. I couldn't tell you, but it's great to see you. It's been a minute. Glad to have you back. So yeah, this is newer. So I don't know if she's going to be talking exactly. I didn't get to watch this whole thing because, of course, of the internet, but it's got some new stuff, some old stuff. So let's see what she's got to say.
Well, I was just talking yesterday. Just talking. Now, anyway, time don't. I probably should cut to the chase. And hey, can you hear me? We had some issues yesterday. Yay. Okay, good deal. I think I need to probably explain get all the little things out of the way, so won't be questions asked about all that stuff. I have a mask because I have extreme asthma, and I even wear my mask inside sometimes when the dust is high. So anyway, I do have some breathing issues, but that's why I have a mask close by, and I probably will do some coughing. So please forgive me for that. There have been a few creators that I want to say thank you very much for being fair and not jumping the gun and getting on the bus with all the crazy narratives and just trying to find out what happened to Summer. Why I decided to do this is several reasons. I hope to clear up a lot of misinformation. I hope to give a better, real picture of the Candace that I know, the Candace that has become part of my family. She's like my little sister. And you should know that part of her, not the part that everybody thinks, assumes, and has run wild with. I also want to say that I respect and appreciate the private investigators. They have worked extremely hard and continue to do so.
Said what? Thanks for joining us.
I have nothing but love for them and respect, and I hope they understand why I feel I have to do this. And I also respect, love, and appreciate Robin. Robin has got a lot of craziness on her as well. And you don't know these people. You don't know them. You know what you've heard, and you know what rumors you've seen, the speculation you've seen, and yes, even some of the craziness that the Wells have done online. And no one approves of that, but they're grown. They make their own decisions and choices. But anyway, moving on. No, I do not go to Robin's church. I do not. I'll get into all that later. There's just a whole lot of stuff that I want to get out of the way. I've got thousands of pictures and videos that I have to load and that I want to show. But I won't be doing any of that today. I don't know how people can sit, excuse me, and do lives for hours and hours on end. And I know that a lot of people are probably going to end up using this video or trying to analyze this video and judging and whatnot. But you know what? As long as Summer's name is out there, so be it. That's the most important thing. Is Summer. I do want to hear. Listen at me. I do want to explain the thumbnail, the picture. And I guess that's what I'll start with. I'm trying not to go, go all over the place because there's so much I want to say. I'm not going to be able to say everything in.
Just say it, please. Good God, this is insane.
In an hour or two or three or four, especially when I learned how to show the pictures and explain what's what. But I do want to explain the thumbnail and that picture. That was the day. That was the day that we finally got Candace to a rehab. And this is when she was living with me when Don was in jail. Yes, she lived here when the whole time he was in jail. She was never out of state. She never went to Arkansas or wherever those other states are that it was claimed that she was, and she was running and she was hiding. She was here the whole time, except for she does have another friend she went and stayed with for a few days or so here and there, but she was here the whole time. She never left. She never ran. She never was hiding. My sheriff is a really good man. He knows, he's very well aware of the situation. He knows she was here. So moving forward, that was the day that we finally got her into a rehab. She, about 2 weeks before that, she had said that she was ready to go to rehab, and not having any insurance or anything like that. We had to find basically like a state funded rehab facility. And that is very difficult. I had to call around. There was a few of us trying to find her a bed, as they say. And I had to call every morning at 8 o'clock to see if any beds were available. And finally, one morning, I called. Yes, they had a bed available, and we had to be there within an hour. Well, I'm about 45 minutes from this location where she went. And I told them that, and I told them who we had spoken to just a few days before, and that they would give us an hour and a half. So they gave us an hour and a half to get there, or they were going to give her bed to someone else. So she was very scared. The reality, I think, hit her at that moment, and it did me as well. I was scared for her, but I was very proud of her. I was very proud of her for taking that step and wanting to make.
She's explaining about how they got Candace to go to rehab, Mama Bear. When Dawn went to jail, this is where Candace went. She disappeared for a while. Everybody said she went to Arkansas or went here, went there. She was staying with Kathy, her friend here. And this is going to explain some of what's going on with Candace, or what has gone on. And then I'm going to jump to another video. I'm going to show you guys. There's a reason, so just bear with this, please. I just wish she would get into what she's trying to talk to. That's all I'm saying.
A change for the better. And she grabbed all her stuff as quick as she could, made some phone calls, and we got in the car and headed over there. She was on the phone calling a few more people that she couldn't reach as we was getting ready and on our way there. We got over there, and we were there until probably about 3 o'clock that afternoon. It took about 6 hours to do the whole signing in, all the paperwork and all of that stuff. And it was a very long day, Finally comes time, and that's where we walked outside and took several pictures, and just passed the time, played our games, talked, and finally they called her back. I gave her a hug. I told her, I said, if you need me, call me. And she cried and I cried. She walked to the back, and I was so proud of her. She was making a huge step for the better for her life. And I was just super proud of her.
That's a good point. Who said what?
So about 24 hours later, just a little over 24 hours later, I get a phone call from her, and she told me to come and get her. And I asked her why, and she said, I'll explain it to you when you get here. I said, okay, I'll be there in a little over an hour. Well, the truth is, if you look at statistics, or you've ever had any family member or anyone that you love, an addict, or go into rehab, usually the first time it doesn't work out. You just have to keep going. So I go and pick her up, and she gets in the car, and she was so messed up on all kind of medicine. She couldn't even say a whole complete sentence without dozing out. They had her so messed up, which I guess that's common to avoid alcohol withdrawals, and to help them sleep and to help with anxiety and all that other stuff. They had her on so much medication. And I asked her what was going on. And she said that for several reasons, they were keeping her doped up. She didn't feel that she could even be alert enough to know what was happening, that people were walking around doing inappropriate things and saying inappropriate things. She was hungry. So I was disappointed and discouraged, but we had to keep going forward. So we get home back to my house, and I knew she had said she was hungry. So I asked her if she wanted me to cook her something to eat, which I cooked almost every day. I cooked, supper, and I cooked breakfast almost every day. So I fixed us some breakfast, and she ate really well, and she passed out on the couch, and she slept for almost 18 hours. She slept for almost 18 hours. It was sad seeing that, because I knew, I could tell by the way she was talking, by the way she was acting. She was just out of it. She was out of it. So after she slept for a while and she came to, we talked, and she said she was disappointed in herself. And she said, but they kept her so out of it. She didn't know what was going on, but it scared the hell out of her. It scared her so bad that she said, I can't do that again. And I'm not going to drink again. And I said, this is just the beginning. This is a step in the right direction. And, at least you went, at least you tried. We just have to try again. And she said, no, you don't understand. I'm not going to drink because I cannot go through that again. I cannot deal with that again. I didn't believe her, because an alcoholic, you just can't quit. But I want y'all to know, from that point on until she left my house, right before she left my house when Dawn got out, she didn't drink. She didn't drink anymore. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was so proud of her. Her skin looked good. Her eyes was bright. I told her every day I was so proud of her, and she looked better. I think she was feeling better, emotionally, spiritual, every way. I think she was feeling better. And I was just so proud that she had the strength to do that. The rehab incident really, truly scared the hell out of her. And I kept telling her, you've got the strength to do whatever you want to do. If you can just put it down like that, then you can do whatever. So anyway, so many things has happened. And if you're here because you think I'm going to say she's guilty, or I think she's guilty, no, you're not going to get that from me. Sorry, because she didn't do anything to hurt Summer. I know her very well, and we may not be speaking right now, but she did not hurt Summer. That's not going to change. My opinion is not going to change. I've seen her cry.
That's kind of interesting, though. Like, why would they not be speaking right now? This was a month ago. Just curious. Just saying.
Her and I went. People say she didn't go looking. She didn't pass out flyers. Her and I did. Not her and I in the world. Her and I, we went looking. I've got videos of where her and I went out looking. I videoed it. I videoed us coming across a white truck. I took pictures of us putting out flyers. So yes, she did. Please stop believing everything you see and that you hear all these people say, because it's not true. It's not true. She didn't do anything to Summer. And my opinion, the things that I'm going to say here is my experiences, the things that I've heard, the things that I've seen. myself. I don't want to say, well, I guess now I'm not going to speak much on Don. But what I truly feel it was some kind of crime of opportunity. They used Summer's love and kindness and curiosity against her. And I think someone took her. That is what I think. That is what I think. Again, do I feel like they were the best parents? Nope. But I'm not either. So I'm not going to say she should have done this or she should have done that. She did the best that she could. And I have learned that through spending so much time with her. I learned that Candace did what Candace could do and what she was given. What she was given is what she had to do with. And she, I don't know if, you know.
Okay. I have a problem with this. Okay. Not with what Kathy's saying, because I fully believe that I've said this before. Kids don't come with instructions. Okay. My own mother did the very best she could for me, and I love her and respect her for that. And we do the very best for our children that we can. At some point, you have to stop and go, is that enough though? Okay. When things like this happen, and when you're doing certain things and allowing certain things to go on around your children, with your children, that means it's not enough. So then you have to do better. There's not a choice in it, guys. You have to do more. Maybe Candace's mentality, as I said, she's got the mentality of a teenage girl. I'm trying to think of the right word to put this in. I can't get the right. The mentality is the most part of it. The immaturity, things like that. Okay. But when you see things going down, when you see things happening, when you have CSB at your door multiple times, that's when you have to say, okay, I'm not doing enough as a parent, and step it up, period. Okay. So that's not acceptable to me at all. Unfortunately, I cannot say that. So hold on, guys. Or anyway, I'll just keep this going, but that's what I feel about that.
Younger by a good bit than Dawn. So Candace has pretty much always had somebody taking care of her. So anyway, I'm going to, if you have any questions, I'll try to answer some questions real quick. I did not want to make this very long because, for one, I have been so nervous. I've gone this whole time and not hardly said a word. But so many times it's gotten out of control that I thought it was time for several reasons, not just to say the few things that I have to say, but I've got a lot to say and a lot to show. And the people that have helped them, which there's not been many, if you all think that there's been a lot of people that like when she was here, there was a few people that would send her, $25 or so here and there. But I mean, we had to buy her groceries. She was barely getting her, her cigarettes. And when she started out drinking, she was barely able to get her alcohol. But anyway, the child support was not paid by someone. And I'm not going to get into that today because that is one thing that I have an issue with, but I'm not going to get into that today. This safe thing, I'm not really sure what's going on with the safe. I've heard some things going on with the safe. I guess I try not to get on here very much because it's always negative. Nobody wants to actually be fair and listen to reason. Everybody wants to, I don't know, it's like a lot of people want the drama. They feel the negative is more exciting than what the truth would be.
And that's what I have said for quite a while. Me and Mama Bear, if she's still in here, she can attest to that.
Yep.
That we had a whole conversation in here about the fact that it's almost evident that Candace is not, her mind is not fully developed as a 30, what is she, 36 or 38-year-old woman, because of her the decisions she makes and the way that she talks and acts about certain things. You can just kind of see it and read it. So
Exactly.
that plays into that in a sense. You know what I mean? And when you make certain decisions, well, for instance, going and picking up a 15-year-old child to take him to a swimming hole with you and buying him alcohol and giving him cigarettes or whatever the thing is to smoke, that's not a good decision to make, guys. We all, you don't do things like that because first of all, that's not your child. And even if you're to do that with your own child, that's a bad decision. So somebody making decisions like that, you're making decisions based on your mentality, and her mentality to me is that of a 15-year-old girl. And whatever went on here at Kathy's house, I don't know. She probably adapted to Kathy's lifestyle and Kathy's rules and went by that because Kathy was being there for her at that point. So, but it's already been talked about that since Dawn has been home and that she's back out, that they're right back to living how they were. So you know how that goes. Ada says, I have what I feel is a valid argument for Dawn supposedly showering with Summer, although it's weird to most. It is actually not uncommon as you may think. A lot of it has to do with living. Now, well, listen, I understand. The reason why he gave that, Ada, was because he said they were saving on water. And they have a well and all that. I have a well. I get it. I have a 6-year-old granddaughter. She's not going to take a shower with me. I don't care what the situation is. It's not going to happen. Welcome back, Molly. It's just, that's not a 6-year-old child, a 5-year-old child. They know what things are. Okay. To stand in a shower with a grown man who has a different anatomy than you, you're going to look at it. A child's going to look at it. Okay.
Right.
My granddaughter walked in on me one time as I was coming out of the shower without knocking on the door, and just kind of was like, Of course, I grabbed the towel real quick, but she's like, it's normal. This is what they do. So it's not okay. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong, Ada, and I'm not saying that your feeling on it is wrong. I don't agree. I don't, just as much as I don't agree with a 5 or 6-year-old child sleeping in a bed with 2 naked adults. That's not okay either, guys. It's not okay to have your child sleeping in bed with you fully clothed, in my opinion. Okay. My middle son, he did it all the way up till he was 7 years old. And then because my ex-wife would not listen, I'd put him back to bed. He'd come back. I'd put him back to bed. He'd come back. Children need to have their own space, their own place, their own everything in that sense. And they need to have their own physicality space. Okay. Not to sound stupid, but whether you have a well, here's the thing. I would wait as the parent and the adult to shower if she needed a shower. And if I got to wait 24 hours, if it's that bad, either fix it or you wait 24 hours. You don't put the child in a shower with you. I'm sorry. Set up, make a sink up. She was small enough. They could have done the sink in the kitchen and give her a bath or something rather than standing in the shower with a 50-year-old man. I'm sorry. I just can't agree with that. Small hot water heater. She had only brothers and her dad. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Ada. Small hot water heater. She had only brothers. Her dad only had what her brothers had. How do you bathe step kids in a shower? They bathe with whichever parent is showering at the time. I just can't agree with it. I'm sorry. It's just something about it. I can't agree with it. I understand what you're saying. Like I said, Summer's small enough that, they could have made her a sink in the sink, a bath in the sink, boiled hot water if they didn't have enough, whatever it is.
I mean, why wouldn't she shower with Candace when Candace?
That's my other thing. Like, why do you not shower with your mother then? That's a whole different scenario because women are women. Right. Girls are girls. I don't agree with it. I can't. Here's my other issue. Dawn made good money. We know that already. Okay. So go change your hot water tank. You do construction. You work in construction. You build houses. You know how this works. Go change your hot water tank then instead of having to go through this scenario on a regular basis.
Right.
Wash one, they're done, get out, next one, right. I can, okay, that's fine. Even if you put the boys in a shower together, the boys together by themselves, okay,
Right.
they're boys. If you put the boys in with Dawn, okay, they're boys. You know, I was in high school, we showered together. It is what it is. You don't put a little girl in with a grown man, though. Like, she could have showered with her mother. That's very simple. It didn't work that way, though, which makes no sense. And Dawn's excuse is because she was close to me. She's a daddy's girl. Okay. My granddaughter loves me, too. She's a grandpa's girl. She's not showering with me. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I just don't, I cannot agree with it. Whatever the reasoning is, it doesn't make any sense to me. There's other answers, other ways to get around it to make it be okay. That's all I'm saying. Mother allowed to do that. Men don't shower with their kids. Yeah, I'm either way. Like, the boys don't belong in the shower with Candace either. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless they're like babies. That's different. Right. You know, but you got a 5-year-old child. There's a line. You got to stop. They start seeing things. They start recognizing things. They start understanding things at a certain age, and it's, you know, it just shouldn't happen. That's all I'm saying. So, and that's bugged me the whole time that she's showering with her dad and sleeping in a bed with them unclothed together. Like, I just don't like that kind of stuff.
Whoa.
It's off.
Whoa, Red.
I stayed at a buddy's house when I was like 15 and his parents wanted us to bathe together. Yeah, see, no. Not at 15. That's crazy, bro. I'd have just stayed dirty as all could be.
Right.
I can't fault him for that. It's too common. There was other options, poor parenting, but not SA abuse like many want to claim. I don't know if there was, Ada. I don't. It's been claimed, yes. I've heard it. I've heard that it's been talked about in different variations for different reasons, because of different things, but I don't know. So I don't claim that. I don't talk about that too much because, you know, I've explained to you the rumors I've heard about it, but I don't go in and say, I think this is what happened, because I don't know. That's something that you need to have full blown proof of to be able to talk that much about. So that's why I just don't, I just don't have a comfort with that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you, and I agree, you know, I respect what you're saying, Ada, and I respect your opinion on it 100%. I'm not going to just like argue it or anything like that. I just say I disagree. That's all. And moving on. And then what you just said, Red, that's way, way, way off pattern. Sorry. Now, like I said, like Caden, for instance, when he was a baby up till he was like 2 years old, he would jump in the bathtub when I was taking a bath or something like that. I get that. Okay. It is what it is. Once they start to get bigger, 5 years old, you're in school. They have an understanding of things. They're teaching them different things. They know different anatomy and this and that and everything else. Like, that's why I'm not comfortable with it. So,
hey, Transporter.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. But anyway, moving on.
My twins, I would, when they were babies, up to probably a year, I just put them in the shower with me. But once they were about a year, then I took them to the bathtub.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Had us both questioning if there was a camera in there. It was so awkward.
That's beyond awkward, bro.
I bet we did have a falling out afterwards.
You think? I had a real far falling out with that one. Like, what did he think about the situation, being that those are his parents?
Didn't sound like he was real thrilled with it either.
That's creepy, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, but when I was 15, if I'd have went to my buddy Dan's house and his mom would have said, hey, jump in the tub together. Bye. Out the door. Have a good day.
Yeah.
And then my mother went over and beat the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that works. At 3, they start noticing differences in anatomy, maybe not understanding exactly, but noticing and reaching and touching things that they shouldn't and things like that. You know what I mean? So when our water heater broke, I boiled water and added it to the cold water. Simple and easy. That's what I said, Cece. I've been through this scenario. You do that kind of thing. I saw the sink. They had a very deep country sink in their kitchen, 2-sided. Summer was tiny, guys. They could have sat her in the sink, blocked everything off, told everybody to stay out of the room, and bathed her in the sink with hot water there, or boiled the water and did it that way. A bath is a bath. It is what it is. I can't be comfortable with it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Red. That's wicked weird, bro. I'm just saying that's way off.
Most 15-year-olds that I know don't bathe either.
Not as often. They usually shower. Yeah, it's usually a shower. So that's kind of weird to begin with. Unless they didn't have a shower, I get it. Or I'd have just said, listen, I don't need to bathe. I'm only staying the night. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Cool. You got a wash rag or some baby wipes? I'll do that. But I'm not getting in the tub with your son. I'm sorry. I felt for I didn't know what to say about it. Yeah, no, I get it. He's probably completely humiliated after that, dude. I don't blame it. I sent you a just oh god. I can't imagine what this is. Oh, bloody. Oh, blood.
Don't show everybody your email. Good job.
What'd you say?
I said good job.
I am on top of it. Thank you. Oh.
Huh? What?
Dude, what are you doing? I'm not even going to go there. I can't with you anymore. I can't. You're insane, bro. Completely insane. So, first of all, where the hell did you find? I'd like to know where the hell this mannequin exists at. First of all, this is insane. Dustin has a very dark sense of humor, you guys. And there we go. Ta-da! All I can say is what I always say. I love you, brother. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, there I am, Papa Smurf, the King Meatball, and the porn star mannequin here that you found. I don't know where you find things like this at, but whatever. Good God. Insanity is all it is. Pure insanity. You're nuts, dude. I'm just saying. So be it. So be it. Love you to death, big guy. He just sits and thinks of these things like, what can I do next? Let's see. Ooh, look what I found. Let's do that with this and add this there. And yep, there we go. What is he doing with that thing? That's my thought. Like, where is that mannequin, Dustin? And what are you doing with it? Do we need to contact somebody?
That's what I was thinking, Molly.
What did she say?
Adult stores.
Do they sell full-size mannequins like that there, though?
Probably.
That's okay. So be it. Let's move on.
They'll blow up. Why not full-size mannequins?
Oh, yeah, that just don't.
Anyway.
Don't. Dustin, do me a favor. Do me a favor, Dustin. Don't get any splinters, brother. That's all I gotta say. Moving on.
Oh, you can see she found it.
I found out what's supposedly going on with this safe deal, but she was right here when the safe incident.
You're gonna tell me you can order something like that on eBay? I don't even want to know. I'm gone. Just be careful, dude. Don't get no splinter.
It happened, and
what's up, Trev? Good to see you. Yes, I'm glad as well, my friend. And my apologies for not being here for 2 days, but thank you for understanding and being patient and jumping in here today with us. I appreciate you. No word on that. Yeah.
It's being blown way out of proportion. Like the trail cams. Now this is after Summer went missing, not any trail cams before, but the trail cams that were put up. That so many people supposedly took the SD cards or whatever. The trail cameras are here. They have the original SD cards in them. No one took them. No one's done anything with them. Trail cams are right here. When someone purchased those for them, and when they came in, they needed to be put up. They did not get put up at home. Candace did not know how to do the inner workings of the cameras. So I went over there. I was over there almost every day. She didn't know how to work the cameras. So I went over there, got the cameras going. We put them up, and she did not know how to check them. So I went over there at least every other day, and we checked the cameras to see if there was any odd cars or anybody stopping to. People have been evil. I don't think any of you realize people have been evil. I have seen them. Well, many of you know that you may have seen the receipt, the supposed Bank of America receipt for $16,000 or $12,000 or whatever it was supposed to have been many months back. That, and it comes out that it was fake. There has been a lot of editing of photos, editing of this, editing of that, and these people are so good they make it look real, and many of you believe it. But I guess that's why I documented so much of what has happened, because while we were camping, that's all it was. But everybody wants to go into this craziness and assume it's this and this. It's not. It wasn't. She was drunk and she was fooling around, and that's what happened. And that's why I would fuss at her and tell her, stay your ass off of there. So anyway, I think now's probably a good time to stop where I'm at, because this has been weird. It is weird when you just sit and you talk. It's not like you're having a conversation with somebody. You're just sitting and you're talking, kind of like when you're talking to yourself. So carrying on a conversation with yourself is odd. So does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry I haven't been watching chat, because if I look at chat, we'll get probably confused and end up reading something and speaking it over here. So the check. I know about the check. That was after disobey. That was after there was a receipt. I think that's what you're talking about. The receipt. The receipt was quite a while back. It was some kind of fake receipt that showed they had $16,000, and they were trying to pass that receipt. I've got a copy of it, and I will make sure I add that to the list of thousands of stuff that I have to add. But yes, it was a receipt, and knowing that they have been struggling for the most part, seeing that and then say, oh, y'all don't give them no money because they got $16,000, blah, 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 or they had a life insurance policy on Summer. No, that's bullshit too. They did not have a life insurance policy on Summer. So please stop. Just don't believe everything you hear, because a lot of it is being done for someone else's sake.
Now, see, the life insurance thing, I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know. Okay. But I do know that at some point there were GoFundMes. There was money that was donated, that was given to them. Benny Keys had done something with some money to give to them. Quite a few other people did. Welcome, Tiffany. It's good to see you. I don't know how much, guys. I don't want to know how much. I don't care. It's not my business. The financial aspect of this does not mean anything to me. Okay. I don't care what they did with their time, with their money, whatever. All I care about is Summer Wells. That is all that matters to me. Where that little girl is, what happened to her, and who did it. That's what I care about. That's why we're here. All these other things that she's talking about means nothing to me. She's not going to change how I feel in regards to the parenting that was done that could have prevented this. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Now, other people will argue and say if she was abducted, that has nothing to do with their parenting. That's not 100% true. Okay. There's people all over the place trying to take children every day, every minute of the day. If you are watching your kids, paying attention to your kids, and keeping your kids close to you, that's not going to happen. Okay. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm saying that you're going to reduce the capability of it happening, if that makes sense. Okay. So at that point, I have to say, I don't agree with that in some senses. So, and I don't believe that she was abducted. I still don't, because I showed you guys the property, the timeline, this, that, and everything else. It doesn't make any sense, folks. It does not make any sense. And there's too many other things that point in a different direction to begin with. So you have to look at that and make your own decision on that, I guess. Welcome, Ms. Justice. You're going to have to go out and come back in if you can't hear me. I'm going to have to type it because you can't hear me say that. Here we go. Try that and see what happens. Okay, Molly, 1 second. Let me pull this down real quick. And that's pretty much all I was showing you, that she has supported Candace and her innocence throughout this whole thing, that Candace went to stay with her during this. And I'm going to give you guys this next video or pictures of this scenario I wanted to show you from before that I never got to. Let me check this email from Molly real fast. As long as it lets me open it, and it seems to be. And again, Molly, my apologies for the other day when I could not get into my email. What are you doing, Molly? I knew it. Good Lord. Are you kidding me? I hope you didn't. That's all I got to say, Dustin. Lord have mercy. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Molly.
She said, "You're welcome." Whatever it is.
That's weird. I didn't know they even made mannequins like that. She just showed me
Oh gosh.
She showed me a link to where they sell mannequins online, and whoa, that's a different scenario.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're done with that now. Thank you once again, Molly dear.
Molly, you're getting sidetracked.
Oh, Dustin. Just keep clear of the splinters, my friend. That's all I'm saying. The police might say that, but maybe they won't, or they don't want to scare away people by saying it's abduction. It's been said from day one. It's been said from day one that she was abducted by the Wells. Okay. The police said that they couldn't find anything to show that she was abducted, guys. So that's the police. So I don't know. I mean, we don't know. That's why we're doing this right now. But we've looked at multiple pieces of information, quote unquote, evidence, whatever you want to call it, showing that it didn't happen that way. So again, you got to look at everything and make your own decisions based on that. I don't know. Excuse me. Settings, apps, YouTube, storage, clear, cache. What are we talking about? Who said what? Couldn't find anything, period, apparently. Yeah, that's true too, Red. And that bothers me after almost 2 years, guys. We're what, a month away from it being 2 full years and there's nothing? Right. I have a problem with that. I don't understand that. Okay. And they were pretty quick to respond to this, and this is what doesn't make sense. I'm gathering that, Molly, and I don't need to be there. So, but Dustin definitely might want that website. That's up to him. Um, but anyway, so at this point, guys, I don't know. I respect, Kathy feeling the way she does. For Candace, I have my own opinion of Candace. I feel like Candace is a manipulator, in my opinion. I'm sorry to say that, but I do. I think that Candace can manipulate the situation she's in to go to go towards in her favor. Okay, but that's just my opinion. Nobody has to agree with that. That's me personally. So, and that's just based on what she has shown everybody. Okay, I could be 155% wrong about that. And if I am, then I am. And, my apologies for making that comment if I'm not right about that, but I just feel that way. Um, and that's, again, just me. And I don't expect you guys to think or feel the same way. That's right, PW. And it's the only thing that makes me think she was either sold, abducted by somebody nobody knows, or, there's been, I told you my theories, and I feel strong about those theories. I feel that something happened to her possibly by accident. And because of that, and the fear of jail and, retribution from that, people panicked and they did not make the right decision and they went and did what they did. Or, somebody, if there was money owed for some reason, and she was either taken for that reason or just given over to somebody for that reason. Or my very last and final theory that we talked a little bit about the other day when my internet went out was that somebody took Summer away from the home to give her a better life. I would love to think that's what it is. I would love to think that that is where Summer Wells is that somebody took her. She's living with a normal family right now, being treated like the little girl that she should be, and living a wonderful life right now away from what she was living here. That would be the absolute best answer to this entire thing to me, and would put me in a very good place at this point. But we're not getting that right now, so I don't know. Okay, and I don't know if we ever will know. At the 2 years later, that's a long time. And that's true, Red. Anything's possible at this moment. Lance is right. Why the mom did not cry? I don't know. Maybe she was in shock. Maybe she was. I mean, it's evident she was on some type of drugs. We knew that watching the interview. And she cried when she was put on the spot and when she felt threatened when she was on the Dr. Phil show. She cried when she started to drink more in certain circuits because people were being mean to her and saying things to her that weren't nice, so on and so forth. And that's my biggest problem right there, Vicky. No one has seen her with worldwide coverage of this case, mind you. There's people that we know that are on our team here. Pamela's in the UK, David's in Australia, Lisa's in Australia. They've all known about this case. Miss Kitty Hallecourse in New Zealand, she knows about this case. That's worldwide coverage, and nobody's seen anything. Something's wrong with that. Something's definitely wrong with that, guys. Let's see. Ada says almost all theories involving C and D, either harming her or hiding her, would require the silence of 3 young brothers and a 15-year-old boy. That's very true. That's very true. And I absolutely agree with that one, Ada. That's the part that I'm struggling with. But we don't know what the kids have said at this point. I think that if they did say something, that something would have come up from that at this point too. And Hunter, there's stories. Welcome, Janet. Thank you for joining us today. There's stories that Hunter cracked and spoke to his girlfriend's mother about things and this and that. But again, there's so much speculation and so many rumors with this case, guys. Nobody knows what to believe at this point, which is why we're doing what we're doing, to see if there's something that was missed, if there's something new that has come out that we can take and look at and see if that goes anywhere. Point is, most of the reason why I'm doing this is because it started to become a cold case, and I don't want that happening because of the little girl that's involved in this. Okay, I have a passion for this case, and I have since it began, and mainly because that poor little girl is who the victim is in this entire thing. and she needs true justice. And she, again, we're the voice for the voiceless over here. She needs to be brought home in one form or another so that the whole world knows that she's either okay or she's not. So there's closure with this, okay? If she's no longer with us, then she needs a proper burial. All of that needs to be done. And if she's still with us, then because of the resources that are being used to find her and for how invested emotionally that so many people around the world are in this case with this little girl, it needs to at least be known that she's okay so that people can breathe. Okay. And that's what this is all about. Awesome. I'm so glad that you've joined us, Ms. Justice, and I'm sorry you had so many problems. And that's all it is Ada is keeping her name out there to keep this rolling. Because if this case goes cold and people stop talking about it in 2 years, 3 years from now, somebody sees this little girl because of some scenario that happened, maybe that somebody grabbed her and she was sold into child sex trade or whatever you want to call it, and she gets away and there she is. Nobody's going to know who she is if this case isn't still going. So that's why we keep her name out there, and I will continue to do so as long as I can. So thank you, Kathy, for your input on this, and I respect what she's saying about this. I don't absolutely agree with everything on what she's saying, but it is what it is. If it goes cold, then the cold case detectives will pick it up if and when they can, Janet, when they have time to do it. That's the thing, you know. Hopefully they will. I don't know what the scenario is like in Tennessee, their workload and things like that. I'm sure that they have detectives that work nothing but cold cases. At the same time, it keeps Summer's name out there is the biggest part of this whole thing. That's why we're revisiting it. And maybe, like I said, going over things that we may have missed way back when we covered the case before and seeing if something makes sense now. That's pretty much it. And again, I appreciate you joining us today, Janet. I really do. Welcome to you. Now I have this.
Hey.
This picture in video, and I wanted you guys to see this. Thank you, Janet. Absolutely. Welcome, Killer Looks. It's good to see you, and thanks for joining us today. She could be in another state. And that's what we talked about the other day, Lance. And I'm going to get into that just a little bit. Killer Looks. It's good to have you here. And we have 30 awesome people in here right now, guys. So please, on your way in, leave a little DNA on the like button for me. I appreciate that. Share this out. And at the end of the show, please leave some comments because that's what YouTube wants you to do. I missed a loop last night. When's next, fam? We didn't do anything last night. We're going to be doing it tonight. The true story behind the Lizzie Borden movies. I'll be giving that tonight. So I do believe there was abuse her whole life, unfortunately. And abuse comes in many forms, Vicky. And I'm not saying anything about SA or anything like that, but neglect is a form of abuse. You know, as I said, and I had a problem with the day that Summer went missing, the whole depiction of what went on that day, there was not one time that it was spoke on that Summer was fed food.
Right.
That's neglect to me. I'm sorry. I don't like you stopped at a restaurant and bought her a drink. She was a tiny child. Like, you have to feed kids 3 times a day. Okay. There was no breakfast talked about. There was no lunch definitely talked about. And we don't know what happened because that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then I'm not comfortable with the way things were done. It may not be my business. That's okay. But I think that has a huge part in why we don't know where Summer is right now.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So that's possible as well, Lance. Very much so. She could have ate something poison. I said that too. And again, that's a horrible accident, and that could have been covered up. I said when Grandis decided to leave very shortly after this went down and left state, You know, maybe she took her granddaughter with her to get her away from that scenario, but I don't know that. It's just speculative talk is all it is. And that's the other thing too, Vicky, is when you have little small 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 16-year-old kids, they eat all day long because they're growing. They're always hungry. They snack, you know. That child did not eat one thing that day that we know of. And if she did, maybe the Skittles, that's not food, that's candy. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Those little things you think of, is this a regular thing? Is this an everyday thing? Is this how it is every day? Is that why this child is so underweight? Because she was very small. She should have been a lot bigger than what she was at her age. But, you know, I'm not saying that all children are fat. I'm just saying, like, she just seemed very malnourished to me. You could see her ribs in the pictures and things like that. That's my problem. So it is what it is. This video is is this the right one? Oh yeah, I meant to bring this to you guys the other day when we were covering the video in the truck and the pictures in the truck of Summer in the vehicle in the back seat. Okay, and no, Molly, it hasn't been that I know of. That's very true, Lance. Yes, we got 30 perps in here, Kim. That's right. 30 perpetrators. Thank you all for joining us today. That's all right, Kim. Good stuff. So guys, this video is the content is brought to us care of Spirit Seeker Squad. I watched a little bit of what's going on over there. Please feel free to check it out. Like, subscribe, anything over there. I just appreciate the content that we can review today. And I wanted to show you guys a little something that I didn't pick up initially in the beginning of the investigation, but they're showing as they're driving back home, supposedly after the swimming hole and all the other stuff, that Candace, as she's driving, has a bite mark on her arm that's the size of a small child. It makes you wonder why. Where did that come from? I don't know. She's a mother. She's the adult. What child would bite their own mother? Who knows? Molly said that I was just wondering if the candy could have been from the hippie shop, the discount tobacco store. It very well could be. I don't know if they do. They do make Skittles and THC and stuff like that I've heard now. It could be. I don't know. I don't know. So, good point, though, Molly. We're going to check this video out here and see what we can pull from this. And I want your guys' opinions. Again, that's why we're doing this. And thank you so very much, all of y'all. All right. Right. I got you, Red. And it does happen. It does. It does. Just saying it's a little off and something else to look at.
Welcome to my channel. This is just going to be a super quick video about Summer.
You're muted.
Was the video muted too?
Yep.
I don't know why this does this. All right, let's try this again. Sorry, folks.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to play this video a couple times, and then I'm going to explain to you why. And then we're going to go into a little bit more detail about it. And then we're going to look at one other video also.
Is that better?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
compare it with this video. So you'll understand as we get through this. Okay, if this is your first time here and you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, ring a ding my bell, and choose the all option so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video, which I have been doing a ton of here lately. I don't know why I've been a video making fool this week, but I have been. And also you'll get notified when I go live, which I do plan on doing a live stream very, very soon. I'm just trying to figure out the best time to do it. Busy, crazy, hectic schedule going on around this house. Okay. Also hit the thumbs up and share this video out if you think that it should be shared after you've watched it. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's watch it at normal speed. Oh, let me change the settings here. Best quality and normal speed. Okay, here we go.
She still got her arm up?
No.
She still got her arm up?
No.
Oh, that's what I was trying to get at. She still got her arm up?
No.
Oh, that's what I was trying to get at. She still got her arm up?
No.
Oh, that's what I was trying to get at.
Okay, so it's only 7 seconds long, so it goes very, very quickly. So we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna go at half the speed. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning here.
Still got her.
Okay, so there it is, as you guys can see it. Who knows? I mean, like I said, it looks like it's the size of a child's mouth, but I could be wrong. It's just it's a weird thing to me. You don't typically see that too often. Ms. Justice said it could be self-defense. You know, that's kind of true. That's what I'm saying. If you were doing something that you shouldn't have been, or trying to, you know, put somebody in a place they don't want to be or whatever, that could have been it. Or it could have just been somebody being a bad child. You know, I hate to say that word because I don't believe there are bad children. I think there's bad circumstances. It is what it is, but sorry guys, I got a headache. Right here, Kim, there's a bruise. I don't know if it clears up here. Let me see something.
Okay, first I want to pause right here because I am trying to figure out. Hang on, let me get my S Pen out here so I can point out what I'm trying to point out here. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay, this part right here, down here on her arm. Is that a bruise?
It is. But it looks like
that is
teeth marks.
Really big, but it looks like, it almost looks like a bite at this angle.
It is.
Okay, so then we'll do that. And we can still see it here.
Yes.
Still see it. Now it looks like it's just more over here.
And Janet, I know Dawn has gotten pretty nasty at some times. They've gotten into knockdown, drag out cat fights like two men, okay? But it's I don't know. It just made me wonder. And it was brought to my attention through DMs, and somebody said, "Hey, do you see this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay. Well, what do you think?" And the person said, "Well, what if she was, you know, doing something?" I said, "Like what?" You know, she said, "Well, what if she tried to hold Summer under the water and she bit her?" I'm like, I doubt that happened, but I see what the person was going with it. I don't know. It definitely looks like a bruised bite, but it wouldn't have happened. I mean, well, I guess it would have bruised. It could bruise that quickly, I guess, if it was done in that day, or maybe it was the day before. Who knows what's going on? Transporter, what this video was about initially, when she's saying that she still got her arms up, what the reason why this was filmed is at some point when Summer fell asleep, she was doing this. Okay. And they thought that was cute, so Candace wanted to film it or get pictures of it, but she put her arms down at some point, so that's why they're asking. But what if she's also into self-harm too, or it could be a kid or Dawn or so many. It is a weird spot for a bite on your arm. That's why I thought that it looked to me like it's something a child would do, because they're smaller and they can reach the arms and they can just, you know what I mean? So
Red thinks it's the camera's shadow.
Well, that's why I saw that, and I'm going to go play this back and see if we can get a better look here. Let's see here.
Quality of this video is only at 360, and I know it goes up to 1080. 360 is very low. The lowest that it goes is 144. 144 is blurry as shit. Like it altered video a couple throughout the bed.
Still got her arm up? No. Still got her arm up? No. Oh, that's what I was trying to get at. Still got her arm up?
Damn it, I can't catch it right at that point, but I think it's more than camera or lighting, though.
I'm just trying to figure out the best time to do it. Busy creep.
Still got her arm up? No. Still got her arm up?
That's a bruise, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think that's lighting at all.
No. Oh, that's what I was trying to get at. Still got her arm up? No. Oh.
I can see how Red would think that, though, because it doesn't sound like Grandis. That's my other point that I was getting ready to bring up to you, but thank you, Miss Justice. The lighting over here, you could see it on her leg, and the way the sun's coming through, I could definitely see where you would think that's lighting, but that's a bruise, folks. I've seen a lot of bruises. That's an actual bruise.
That's what I was trying to get at. Still got her arm up? No. Oh, that's what I was trying to get at.
Okay.
And the thing is it doesn't move. And it does. It does sound like it's not Grandis. Grandis has a more raspier, deeper voice. Whoever that is a younger woman. Which says to me, at the same time, because here's the thing, guys. I'm pretty sure that bruise is a bruise. So then I went and watched the video with Chris Madonna, where they go to the watering hole thing. She doesn't have that bruise on her arm. Now, I don't know how many days that was in between this. If it healed, then it healed, and whatever it is, it is. That's not Grandis in the car. So that, again, takes me back to thinking that this video was not done the day of the 15th, as they said that it was. Okay, that's the problem that I have with this, because there was no talk of any woman being in the car with them that day. Hunter, we've heard his voice, is not very high pitched. That's a female. That's a woman. That's a female. Mm-hmm. Period. Okay, so I think this is a different day. This is what made, that's why I'm showing you this. That's why this is what made me feel like this was a different day. Before this, maybe. Okay, I'm going to let this play some more and we'll see. But
so it's only 7 seconds long. So it goes very, very quickly. So we're going to slow it down. We're going to go at half the speed. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning here.
Still got her arm up? No.
And that's right there. That voice very clearly is not her mother. That very well could be Allie. But according to Allie, they're not getting along. They haven't spent any time together. Right?
Right.
What other women was Candace close to that she would have in her truck with her?
I can't think of anyone.
Nobody knows of any. That's the problem. So, and that's a good point, Vicky. I talked about that way back when, that if those milk jugs were fresh, they were cold. There was 2 of them. Again, she's tiny. She's 40 pounds. Her arms were this big around. You think if she fell asleep on those milk jugs, she'd stay asleep? It would get cold and wake her up, I would think. That's just a theory I'm saying. I'm not saying it's true. That's definitely not Hunter's voice at this point, Ada. I'm going to go back and let that part play one more time because it's slowed down and you can very clearly hear that is a higher pitched woman's voice. Almost like Mama Bear has a high pitched voice if you hear her talk. My wife has more of a raspy voice. It's a little deeper, okay? Candace has a deeper voice. Grandis has a even deeper voice because she's a little bit older and her vocal cords have aged and stretched out and all that stuff. So she's got that raspy, I smoke cigarettes voice, right?
So here's a thought I just had.
Okay.
You said something about the milk jugs and laying on them. You know, the coldness would wake her up.
I would think, yeah.
But she was already complaining that she was cold. So why would she lay on cold milk jugs to make her colder?
That's a huge point. Huge point. And if she was sleeping when they put because she may have fell asleep in the truck while they were in the store. So if they brought the stuff out and they put the milk jugs in beside her,
it would have woke her up.
She was sleeping when she leaned over on it. The cold should have shocked her awake, and if she was already cold. And being that Hunter's a hyper child, and I've noticed in videos she makes a big deal about things because she is hyper. You know, she's a little girl. It is what it is. I think she would have jumped up and went, "Whoa, what the heck?" You know what I mean, or something like that.
Well, yeah, most people would.
So that didn't happen. And that's a good point, Lance. That has something that was being talked about from the beginning. But again, listen to the voice, and I'm telling you, this is not a male voice.
Okay, so it's only 7 seconds long, so it goes very, very quickly. So we're going to slow it down. We're going to go at half the speed. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning here. No.
That's definitely not her mother. That is definitely not Grandis. I can't not place the voice. I can't say that it sounds like Allie for sure, because Allie's voice was kind of deeper too. Okay, not like deep, but not the higher pitched, younger sounding voice that this was. Unless there was somebody altogether different that was involved in that day that nobody knows about. I don't want to say this sounds like a child. It's okay. Maybe like a young woman, 20s, maybe. I mean, it's hard to differentiate voices by age, but this definitely does not sound like a Grandis type voice.
Half the speed. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning here. No.
It kind of does sound like Allie based on the interview we watched. Candace did like to pick up randos. That's true too. Sounds like a boy to you. It doesn't to me, but that's me.
That could be mom.
So we're going to slow it down. We're going to go at half the speed. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning here. No.
Oh.
It might sound like that to you guys because it had been slowed down, but that's too high pitched. I remember Hunter's voice, and that's definitely not his voice. And if it was one of the boys, it would be even higher pitched because they're still young. You know what I mean?
Molly made a good point. It could be Hunter's girlfriend or Allie's daughter.
I was thinking that, just now. I was thinking, what if they went and picked up Hunter's girlfriend, or if Allie's daughter went along? But Allie's daughter was not living there at the time, so I don't know. But that doesn't mean that they didn't know where she was. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know, guys. It's weird to me, all the way around.
That's what I'm trying to get.
And if you guys have heard Grandis speak, you heard Candace's voice there. Grandis sounds almost just like Candace, just a little more raspy. She's a little older. She smokes more. So, it is what it is. I would need to rehear Hunter's voice to rule it out. Absolutely, Vicky. I get it. I agree with you. In fact, I'll probably do that here in a minute. But let's see here. Amala, Leslie. I wondered, well, I don't think it would be Leslie because Leslie couldn't stand Candace, remember? She didn't want nothing to do with her. That's definitely not Grandis, though. And according to what everybody has been told, that Grandis is the only other person besides Hunter that was in that truck that day when that video was taken. At this point, guys, I don't think that video was taken that day. That's my thought on it. I'm just saying. I could be wrong, and I don't expect you guys to agree with me. But I don't know. Welcome, by the way, Amala. Am I pronouncing that right? Amala? Amala? Amalu? Amila. I don't think it's Amilu. Amala. If I'm wrong, saying it wrong, I don't want to slaughter her. I'm sorry. But welcome. It's great to have you here. No, it was before. What do you mean, Molly? It was before what? Oh, it was before the pic. Yeah, I think it was too. Because it's a young voice, not older, definitely not young like her boys, right? And not grandest either, right? Not same day either, in my opinion. And that's how I feel at this point about it. I don't think it is. I think this video is something that was filmed before. Let me see the spot on the arm again. Yes, sir.
Of here lately. I don't know why I've been video making.
Still got her arm.
Yep. Wait a minute.
We're going to go at half the speed. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning here.
Still got her arm up.
No.
That does kind of sound like Allie, to be honest with you. Also, that doesn't look like the truck interior. Looks like the Subaru, different color interior. Let me see.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Trying to see what this is. It's hard to see though.
That's what I was trying to get. That's what I was trying to get.
Now that's not the Subaru. I can tell you right now because
We're going
right
to
here.
slow
Hold
it
on.
down. We're going to go at half the speed. Okay, so let's go back to the
I'll show
beginning
you why
here.
in 1 second.
Still got her arm up.
You see this right here? The Subaru shifter's on the floor, and that has that right there. That on the gear shift says that's the toe. My truck has the same thing. That's the toe at the end of the gear shift. There's a button you push to tow. That's what that is. So this is a truck. I don't know whose truck this is. According to what they're saying, this was Grandis's truck. Okay. And a Silverado too. Again, okay. I'm gonna say that it sounds like Allie to me. It really does. What year is Grandis's truck? That I don't know, Molly, for sure. I actually would like to know because this is my pickup is a 2001. Okay, and my shifter is way different. I have a Silverado. And the cluster up here looks a little different too. So this could be the newer S10s if it's a newer vehicle. They kind of have a newer look like this to them. They're not as small either. They're almost like a full-size pickup. They said it was a Silverado red. Her tattoo's glitched from a poopy clam. Poopy cam. Yeah, anyway. I don't know, guys. This is a little off to me. It's hard to see on a computer, Justice. So let's see here.
No.
That does sound like Allie a lot now that I think of it, but I don't know, and I don't want to say it is her. But if that's the fact, then everything we were told is completely wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Completely wrong. And again, I still don't feel like this picture's from that day. Don't ask me why. I never really have.
Hey, Wisdom.
You go with what you're told, and hope that's it. Looks like a pre-03-9900, and the tow haul button looks like that. That's what that is, Mike. That's the tow haul button on the shifter. And my shifter on mine, which was an 01, was rounded like this. Okay, that's kind of squared off. And then the button on the end is going to be square as well. Mine was a round button on the end for the tow haul button. Sherry, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So again, this is not the Subaru. This is, I don't know how old or new Grandis's truck was. I don't know how old or new Dawn's truck was. I think Dawn's truck was older than this though too, from what I saw of it. And there was at some point, I believe, a green Suburban that they had. I think that's definitely not a Suburban either. Okay. Right. Exactly. So I don't get it. I'm lost on this completely. That's why I wanted you guys to see this and your opinion. First of all, the bruise. Second of all, the name and the person in the vehicle that's talking with her, which leads me to believe that if we're going to believe what we were told, that this would have to be on a different day, unless it was completely different all the way around. My Silverado is a 75, so I can't help but that. I would love to have a 75 Silverado. I'm jealous as all hell, Charnel. Those are the good trucks back in the day. They're still made out of steel. So let's move this along a little bit. Thanks for joining us, Charnel. Yeah, that's a bruise, guys. Did you see how deep that was? Try it again.
Okay, first I want to pause right here because I am trying to figure out. Hang on, let me get my S Pen out here so I can point out what I'm trying to point out here. All right.
One moment, folks.
Hey, Red, I posted that video in Discord and tagged you in it if you want to take a look at it yourself. Hello, Charnel. Good to see you. Welcome.
Okay. Maybe she slammed her arm in a fucking. That was good. I love it.
Yep.
Fucking door. I don't know. That looks like a perfect formed bite mark to me. I'm sorry. That's just me. Yeah. That was great, Miss Justice. I love it. That was great. It's a bruise. Right. I mean, you can't. It's a bruise. That's all I'm saying. Is it just me, or when you look at the back, out of the back window where summer lays, to me it looks like the inside of that truck bed is red. There was something in the back of that truck that was red that people have been talking about from day one. Completely. Let me see here.
Oh, there we go. Okay, this part right here, down here on her arm.
We know.
Is that a bruise?
Yes, it's a bruise.
Like that is really big, but it almost looks like a bite at this angle.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we'll do that.
It's a deep bruise here too. So it looks like if it was a hard bite.
Still see it.
A refrigerator door.
Now it looks like it's just more over here, which I know the quality of this video is only at 360, and I know it goes up to 1080. 360 is very low. The lowest that it goes is 144. 144 is blurry as shit. Like if there's words on the screen, you're not reading them. Okay, at 344,
we're full of
you can
comedians
half-ass
today.
read if there's words on the screen, but it's not near as crisp and sharp as it would be if it was at.
Yeah, I believe so too, Molly, that it was just a red plastic tote that was in the back of the truck, because I had analyzed that video a long time ago too, upside down. I spun it around and this and that, and it came out. Yeah, it came out to look like, good God, it came out to look like a tote to me too. Don't start that rumor. Yeah, Red was in the back of the truck. It was him the whole time, everybody. We know that now.
Yep.
Don't start that rumor. Alrighty, Molly. What do we got here? Molly's quick.
Red, you in trouble.
Yep. It was all you. Thank you so much for joining us, Charnel. I hope you enjoy your time here, and I hope to see you come back.
Welcome, hon.
Good to have you here.
Well, yeah, caught.
Please share this out for those of you that are newer coming in. What'd you say, hon?
It said, "Well, you caught the tater."
Yep, we got you, bro. For those of you that are newer coming in, please share this out. Do you think anybody you think would be interested? We have plenty of room, and oh, okay. Interesting. Thank you, Molly. One moment.
Transporter made a good point. He said that's how your arm looks when a dog gets past the arm guard.
Yeah, it's true too. That's true too. All right, so this is a photograph of the property. Okay, a circular driveway. I was showing you guys. That is Grandis's home or her camper, whatever you want to call it. Their home, of course. This is the basement entrance exit here, and the entrance that they use as the front door is over here. This is a Subaru. This is a Suburban. That is, since it's parked over there so close, I'm going to guess that that's Grandis's truck. Okay. Now there's a truck over here too that I've seen in the picture before that they said this was Dawn's truck, but it's full of stuff. So I don't know if it's being used or not. And I believe there's another vehicle. There's a white truck. And I think that's Dawn's truck. And it's not here because he wasn't here. Okay. So this, I'm guessing, is the truck they were in supposedly. But through the video, if you're looking through the video, there was no cap on that truck because you could see the sides and the tailgate of the pickup.
What's the green car?
A Suburban, like a Chevy Suburban. Okay, so the tailgate on this pickup is red. Am I wrong? Or is that a tote in the back of that? That's the tote. Okay, yeah, that's the tote. So, but here's the thing: is in the video or in the picture, the cap wasn't on the back of the truck, was it, guys? Because I don't think we'd have seen the tote the way we did. Through that window, we'd have seen the cap too, and there was no cap in that video. There was just
the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Brandis. So there's a Brandis now too. Brandis, Candace, Landis, Dandis. Anyway, thank you, Molly. No camper. Right. All right. So let's get this out of here. Thank you, darling Molly. Appreciate you. All right. Move this here. Bring that back to you guys. Okay. Lancelot. Love it. Digging this. Okay, Mike. All right. Let's see. Moving on.
1080 or even the 7. Let me see if we pull it up here. Oh, it's not going to show up to 360. It's either 720 or 7. I think it's 720 or 1080. Okay, but 360 is our highest resolution that we have possible on here. So that's what I have chosen. Okay, let's do.
No. Oh, that's what I was trying to get.
I swear I thought there was one other spot where it showed it better. See that right there? It looks like a bite mark to me. Okay, but that's just something that I noticed. Okay.
That's a really good picture. That's a bite mark, folks. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says at this point. That's a bite mark. Sorry.
Then I watched another video where this lady was saying that watching this video, she could tell that Candace was sitting all the way up against her door over here because it looked like there was a third person sitting in the center of this truck. So it looks like the front has bucket seats and we can't see the center seat at all. But it looks like to me that Candace is sitting in the bucket of her.
Does that look like somebody's leg or part of the seat right there? It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't see three people sitting in front of that. That's a seat. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but it could be a knee too if you look at it. But I think it's a seat personally. I don't think there were three people up there. Anyway, let's see.
Her own seat. Let's go back and let's see it.
Still got her arm up.
Yeah, it looks like she's in her bucket.
Oh, that's what I was trying to get.
Okay, so it looks like she's in her bucket. I'm not seeing her up against. I mean, it does look like her leg is leaning against the door, but I think that that's just how she's driving. Maybe. What do you guys think? Do you think that there's a person sitting in the middle? And I don't understand why there would be someone sitting in the middle unless they didn't want to be seen in this picture. If this picture in this video was a setup and they didn't want to be seen sitting right here, then I could see somebody sitting up front in the middle. But I don't know. I can't figure out what would be the point otherwise. What do you think? What do you get from that? You guys tell me, because I am not fully understanding what the lady was insinuating, trying to insinuate. Okay, next we're gonna look at precious little Summer here. Okay, and I know that this is touchy for some people. If this is something that you can't handle, look away, fast forward. We're not going to be here for very long, but I want to share this picture. Now, in this picture, original picture, I unmasked on their live stream. I screenshotted it from their stream when they were live that night, and I had it on the highest quality on the live stream for the questions on here with it, right? And you can see the lettering here is a little bit blurry. Okay, so then we'll scroll over here to the picture, and we're going to do a little bit of comparison. Okay, the first thing everybody is.
I think you're my new best friend, Charnel, because that name is cooler than hell. I love it. That's awesome. Wait for a second. It did look like that could be someone's leg. See, that's what I thought too, Molly. I'll go back. Oh, no problem.
Already pulled this out is
Summer's hand. Her left hand down here, her fingers are up on her leg. In the picture, her fingers are beside her leg. Her hand has slid down off of her lap, or her hand is beside her. Okay, and that we can definitely tell, yes, that is different. So I was looking at the picture to see if there were any other differences, and I zoomed in to this picture. And like I said, you can tell it's a little bit more blurry when I zoom it in on the picture. And it seems like the video has a little bit more clarity to it. But there are two things in this part that I want to point out. First, if we look at Summer's thumb in this picture, she has it tucked in a little bit under her hand. She has her finger kind of out a little bit, her index finger, and the other three fingers are tucked under. We go down here, her index finger pretty much looks the same, along with the other three fingers, but her thumb is not tucked under.
It's a different frame.
Her thumb has moved into a different spot. Okay, so that's the first thing. The next thing is this spot right here underneath her seatbelt. Now, I saw this pointed out. I believe it was Tiffany Marie that had gone into great detail with this, and she really zoomed into this. And when she zoomed in, it looked like this was a wet spot. And it doesn't look like it's just a water spot, and it doesn't look like it's orange, which whatever this is over here, Fago or Sunkissed or something, it's not orange, but it does look like it's a wet spot. Okay, so let's zoom in as big as we can here and compare it. We see it down here in the video also. Now I can't zoom in on the video, but you can see it. Is it a wet spot or is it a fold in her jacket? What do you think? What is your opinion on this? Okay, and then
I don't
she also
remember,
pointed
Molly.
out the bottom of the
I have
seatbelt.
to find them.
If you look
I know what
along
you're
the
talking
edge
about.
of the bottom of the seatbelt right there, it almost looks like it has possibly blood on it.
It does. We
All
went
the way
through this
across. And if
before.
you go down
Yeah.
here, you can really see it a lot better. Let me see. Oh, it'll let me do this.
Let's do that. Let's move that up a little bit. I'll have to zoom back in. But that is okay. Okay. So now it almost looks like there's a circle right here on the actual seatbelt that goes with this little circle under the seatbelt on her shirt, on her jacket. So it does look like it could be a wet spot. And then this here at the bottom of the seatbelt, that right there looks like a large spot. And then it looks like there's more down here too. Now up here, I see the large spot right here.
I think that's a shadow, folks, right there. This I can't speak on, but I think that's the shadow. Okay. But this is definitely a different frame, a frame of a picture, because her thumb is bent in more here and her finger and so on and so forth. And there was something else that when she brought this square up into perspective that I wanted you to see. So I'm going to go back to that here for a second. It's something I noticed myself. All right, Molly, 1 second, hon. Okay, now I want you guys to look. It's hard to see it, but look at Summer's lips right here. Do you see how pink they are? Okay. And look over here. See how they're more bluish here? They're pink here, and they're like a bluish color there. Is it just me, or do you guys see that as well? And I'll pull that email up in one moment, Molly. Okay, so I'm just making sure that I'm not just, it's my eyes, but her lips seem a lot lighter here and pinker, more, but they do look blue here, as I had pointed out to you guys that her nail beds had a bluish, like around the quick area, that that's kind of bluish there too, as if there's lack of oxygen. Okay. So that's what I wanted you to see on that aspect of that. Let me pull up what Molly has here to see if it's what I think it is. It's probably a better option to look at to begin with, but let me see here real quick. And thank you, Molly, so much once again, my dear, for doing everything you do. Okay. Now, this, when you filter this, put colored filters over this, it shows you more of what we're looking at. Okay. Thank you for resending this, because I would have had to dig for this, Molly. That's awesome. You are awesome, as always. Now, this is the same spot, guys, that she's just talking about in the video we're watching, right? And if you look through this purple filter that's over top of it, now you can see that there is a stain on her jacket underneath that seatbelt right there. Okay, and in the contrast of the color with the stain, it looks almost like the color that blood would turn after it dries. This stain right here, okay? Now, there it is again. It's pretty clear when you put these filters over top of it. Blue is lack of oxygen, exactly, Vicky. Now, the reason why that's important is if we go back to the beginning, what my main theory was is that I believed it was very possible that Summer may have dry drowned. Okay, now what that is, for those of you that don't get it, she had gone underwater multiple times, I'm guessing. She couldn't stand up. The water was like up to here on her, and she was doing this. She's a little thing, okay? And the water is cold. She was cold. And when your body gets cold and your core temperature drops, it weakens your body muscles. It weakens your body and your muscles. So therefore, your strength is not what it would be if you're not cold, okay? And you're shivering and stuff like that. So you have no control. So she went under. Hunter proclaimed he saw her go into the water a couple times. She's little, really little, guys. That water was pretty, it was moving around and this and that. And the rocks were probably covered with moss and they were slimy and she couldn't keep her footing and things like that. So as little as she is, she probably swallowed quite a bit of water. And at some point, Hunter said that he got nervous and he went out and grabbed her. He said he asked her if she was okay. She said she was okay. I'm sure she coughed water out, this and that. But as small as she is, as small framed as she is, 40 pounds is not a big person. She's a very tiny little child with a very small frame, including that the fact that her lungs are probably tiny as well. So swallowing water and not getting it all back out of your lungs, you can dry drown, folks. It happens all the time. I've seen it. Okay. And now that's one thing. These stains look like something completely different, so we don't know what that is. Again, thank you, Brandy. As always, guys, if anybody has any thoughts, theories, opinions, anything you want to talk about with this, please feel free. My number is 234-703-4047. I would love to hear your voice, guys. Call in. Give us your thoughts, theories, opinions, whatever you feel on this, guys. Let us hear it. It's better than talking about it in chat. Say it out loud, guys, so the whole world can hear it, because your opinions are important to me. They really are. Now moving on to this next picture here. There it is again. And that is that. I don't think there's a filter on that at all, but that looks to me like bloodstain, guys. I can't blow this one up, Molly. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me see if I can do this. All right. Yeah, it pixelates a bit. I'm sorry, but like that's very clearly, look at that. You tell me what you see right there, guys. That's not a shadow. That is fluid that's drying of some sort. And as we all know, that looks like a blood stain to me. It's okay, Molly. That's quite all right. Welcome back. That was quick. So yeah, that definitely is a stain. It looks like dried blood. Yes, it does. Or drying blood. At the beginning, oh, hold on, Sarnell, I'm sorry. At the beginning, when she went missing, my theory of what happened to Summer was just nuts. No matter what happened to her, it is all effed up. Then I started watching the Staunch case. Okay, I got you. Well, we haven't been on this case the whole time, Charnel. We're revisiting it because I want to go back to the beginning, which we have done. We're moving on to a point now. We're at episode 5, as you can see. And to see if there's anything we may have missed in the beginning, because the case is going cold, and I don't want that to happen, so on and so forth. So, but that video, that picture right there, that is clearly blood. Okay, you can't miss out or miss that for whatever it is. 1 second, everyone. I'll be right with you. All right. So now,
well, thanks for being here, Charnel.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm live every day, Charnel, between 12 and 12:30. I'll be live tonight, Mondays and Thursdays. I do that for a different series that I do covering true cases that movies have been made into. True stories that have been made into movies. Sorry, I didn't say that right at all. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're more than welcome. I'd love to see you. We appreciate having you here, and I hope to see you again. Thanks so much for joining us today. It all goes back to my opinion. I believe it's a head injury due to see, that was something else that was brought up a while back. And it was hard to see. It looked like on the right side of her head over here that there was a darker spot, as if she may have hit her head. And the theory that was brought to me 7-8 months ago was that because of the moss that's on those rocks in Tennessee, in that river, in that area, somebody that lives down there said that it gets that slimy feeling to it, and that it's hard to keep your footing when you're in there standing on those rocks, especially somebody small like her. that she could have slid, came down, and hit her head on another rock. Okay. But how do you get blood on your stomach from that unless it dripped down somehow? Okay. I don't know. But Molly, thank you for that. Again, there's another. I love you, Mikey. There's another one of that, and then there is the big picture of it, guys, and you can't really miss it. Let me see. That's definitely looks like blood to me. I don't know. What do you think, Mom Bear?
Looks like blood.
Oh, I agree, Charnel. That case is horrific. It does. It does definitely look like blood. I don't know, guys. I still can't get past the fact that she's wearing a warm-up outfit in 97-degree weather in Tennessee. Cold or not cold. That wholeheartedly to me looks like blood. I'm sorry.
I mean, it does. I mean, it could be chocolate.
That's true too. Like chocolate milk, maybe?
Chocolate milk, chocolate ice cream.
But she didn't eat anything, at least unless they lied.
I don't.
I don't know. What do you guys think that looks like to you? It's definitely something dark. Yeah, chocolate milk, yoo-hoo, chocolate water, blood
Chocolate
for sure,
water.
but chocolate water, like yoo-hoo, you know?
Like chocolate water. What is that?
You take chocolate syrup and add it to water. I don't know. It'd be gross. I've never done it. Hold on.
Neither. Transporter. I'm not sure about the FBI, but I know that TBI is working with them on the case, which is the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations.
I think the FBI was brought in at some point. I'm pretty sure they were. Chocolate water, yuck. You guys know what yoo-hoo is. Come on. It's chocolate water. And I like it. I truly believe this was when she passed her in the process. I felt that way too, Vicky. That's why I said, as you start to see the bluing in the nails, okay, lack of oxygen, and you start to see it around her mouth, okay, like I've seen this sadly before, unfortunately, in being in the medic field and all that stuff. The bluing around here, you'll see some bluing that happens up in here, and then the nail beds, because the body's searching for oxygen. Now, if this child swallowed too much water and she was dry drowning, as they call it, she can't get oxygen into her lungs. The body starts looking for it any way it can. It starts drawing it from every, like if we could see her toes, you would probably see the bluing there too. And then around the mouth, because she's not getting the oxygen that she needs, because the water is impeding the flow of oxygen through her lungs.
Ignore my kids.
That was a cat, wasn't it?
No, that was my son.
Oh, I was gonna say it sounded like. Speaking of which, where's Little Bean?
He's out there with them.
I haven't seen him in a while.
It's because I've been locking him out of here.
As long as sleeping in a cold. And that's the thing, though. That's where my other theory came into play too. With this is wearing all of these clothes. Say, for instance, that that they got home and Candace went inside and maybe started doing something else or laid down or something and fell asleep for a little nap or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she stayed in those clothes in that truck with the windows rolled up in 97-degree heat in Tennessee with 90%, 96% humidity. That's a real easy way to have a heat stroke, folks. Okay, so, and
Ada, you could be right. It could definitely be a shadow. If you look at it, if you zoom in close enough and you look at it, you can kind of see where.
Thank you very much.
Let me see what you're saying, Ada.
Well, if you back up from it, though. Okay, do you see the bottom of the seatbelt right here, how it's darker? Like it's wet? The very bottom edge of it looks darker, like it's wet right there.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the edge up here, it's not that dark. Okay. But down here, it's darker, like it's wet. And then there's the stain. I mean, yes, I thought that it was a shadow too. But if you look at it this way, shadows, if you overlay a filter over top of that, that shadow it's going to change, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not that way. Hold on. Yeah, I think if it was a shadow, that filter would have changed the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a solid stain. Why would there be blood there if she drowned? Well, we don't know that she drowned, though. Over here is something else that was pointed out to me. You see this right here? Where my little white thing that I can't think of what it's called right now. What the hell is the cursor? Thank you. Could have been impaled by a stick or a large branch in that lake. Maybe that she was playing around. H tossed her too far into the water. And now we're on where I am. Okay. H had talked about picking her up over his shoulder because she had gone underwater, so on and so forth, right? What if he was playing around with her and he picked her up and he lunged her out? She's tiny, folks. He picked her up because I've done it in my own pool with my grandkids. You pick them up and you throw them into the water to splash. They laugh. They're having fun, whatever. Not saying it was something done on purpose. It's an innocent thing that people do. But what if that happened? You don't know what's under that water. Okay. A rock, a stick that was sticking up out of the ground, a tree, something. Or something sharp altogether. Any of those things could have happened. It's a trash camera with low frame rate, in my opinion. I mean, it kind of is, but still, that really does look like a stain to me. But over here was something else somebody pointed out to me. Is that because here's her ear right here, right? It's flesh colored like the rest of her face and her neck and her forehead and her cheek and all that. This over here, it does that or does that look darker to you right there? Right, the spot that's right touching the milk jug.
It kind of looks darker.
That's the biggest I can get it without it going out. Okay, it doesn't look like the ear on the other side.
Mm-mm.
And somebody asked me, does that look like a head wound to you? I said, not. I mean, there's nothing coming from it. If it is, and there's nothing, I don't see any kind of staining right here. Only down there. I don't know what that is. Me too, Red.
It's more of like a pond, wasn't it? Lake.
It was they called it the horse pond because horses would go down there and they drink water out of it. I think it was like a natural made lake pond, probably a pond, I guess. But there were big rocks in it. You could see them in the one video, the big rocks jutting up out of the water and underneath. So I'm going to imagine that under the water, you know, if she was up trying to keep her head up, she was trying to stand up on rocks and she kept slipping. Because you get that slippery moss that sits under that water that grows on those rocks. It is darker in that spot, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's weird looking. I don't know what that is. It's definitely weird right there. That piece right there does not look like the pink skin-toned ear. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I've seen Summer's face. I've seen her head. She doesn't have any moles or anything over there, but that's the same spot her ear would be. Almost like if I'm looking at this here, it almost looks like this right here. but it sure as hell looks dark purplish bruised or something to me, if that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which in turn, again, I'm just saying, guys. Hold on, Molly. I didn't grab the rest of them, I don't think, unless there were. I didn't see them, I should say. Let me. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, that's done. Let me move this here. 1 second. That's exactly right. A hematoma does not have to break open and bleed. It'll just swell out or in. Okay. That's a great picture, Molly. That is great. Okay, now look at this over here. All right, she's a towhead baby. Okay, blonde hair all the way around. So you come to that spot right there. That's definitely bruisey looking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you got these pictures to be so clear, Molly, but these are great. Like it looks like her ear was put on. Wait a minute. It looks like her ear was put on. It folded. Okay. Is that going to turn it that color though? And if that was the case, okay, if you bend your ear like that after a while, that's going to start to hurt. She's going to wake up. Not to mention she's laying her head on cold milk. So it made me wonder if she were to get a head injury at the lake or the pond or whatever the hell they call it. Thank you, Molly. If that were the case, you don't really have ice where you can put that there, right? Maybe they leaned her head on the milk on purpose because it was to take the swelling down on a head injury, possibly. You know, people will get something cold whenever somebody gets hurt. Grab a bag of peas or a bag of corn or something out of the freezer. And now that's all they had. So they could have done. This is complete speculation and absolutely alleged, folks. I'm just telling you. That was something that I had noticed that I was not real comfortable with. Okay. The stain down here. Okay. Which I did think it was a shadow until we put that filter over top of it and it didn't change. All right. And her face. I've seen kids sleep. There's something about her face. I have 7 kids, guys. I've watched all of my kids sleep. I've watched them sleep in the car. I've watched them when they're babies, when they're adults. There's something about her face that is just too, for lack of better terms,
my ear close to the camera.
Too relaxed.
No, I'm not going to do that. Crazy.
There. See? Her ear's fine.
The ear's fine. They both have the same color.
Unless we don't see if she has a rag behind to catch blood. That's true. But again, like Vicky said, guys, it doesn't have to bleed for it to be an injury. That's a fact. I've seen thousands of those. I don't know. This bothers me. This bothers me. And this bothers me. And the fact that she looks so completely peaceful in that sense. If she was tired and that wore out, okay, that's granted. But I don't know. Her face just looks too relaxed to me. It's a little creepy.
Right there's where they were swimming.
Right. Can you blow that all the way up or no?
Yeah. You want it closer or further away?
Or closer to it, I'm sorry, to where we can see the rock. What's all that?
That's all rocks and trees and...
That's the point, folks. Look at all that. Thank you for bringing that up. But yeah, look at all these tree branches and rocks and all the stuff that's in here. And this little girl swimming around in here trying to stay afloat. Anything could have been fallen onto or slammed into or anything.
So, just so they had an idea of what it looked like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was perfect. All right, Molly, 1 second, guys. Hold on. I have another one too. I probably will have them coming for the rest of the day because Molly is fast. Very, very fast. All right, let's take that one down and go to the other one. Okay, one more. Swimming is very tiring. Let's see here. We kids always slept after leaving the creek or the lake. Slept hard usually. Absolutely. I can agree with that, Ada. I don't feel well. That's why I'm not replying. Oh, all right, PW. We'll feel better. That's more important anyway. I hope you feel better. Which email was it, Molly? Good Lord, I didn't realize there was. Did you send me a new one, or is there? No, that's the old one. Okay, hold on.
Feel better, PW.
This is this one. Hold on. Okay, 1 second. Where the hell? Okay, look at that now. That almost looks like there is blood there, like dried blood or something, maybe. Do you see it?
On her jacket or her ear? What are you looking at?
That ear right there. See the little white hand?
Yeah.
Going back and forth on it. Anyway, it looks more reddish than this picture. If I blow it up, it's going to go out of picture, out of frame. But see it? That very little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I can't tell for sure. Keep up, Dago. I'm trying, hon. I'm trying. You're just too quick for me. Damn. It is very sad, Lance, because nobody knows exactly what it is. I love your show.
One just before the last one.
Replay work having. Oh, no problem, Amy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. If you get a chance, tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm going to be giving the true story behind the movies Lizzie Borden. So if you're into that kind of stuff, tune in. And if not, I will be here tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. I start, and love to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, please feel better, PW. Please. If it was not just, hold on. What does that say? Transporter Dago. If it was not just her ear, would blood not drip a little? It may have it in the beginning, transporter, but once it starts to dry and clot, then no. If there was a cut or a gash or something like that, sometimes they'll usually with older people, they have a tendency to have problems clotting because we're old and we have problems. Children, they typically will clot up pretty quick and they'll start to dry, which is what that kind of looks like it could be. Now, if not, then yeah, there would be blood dripping, I would think, all over everything. Here's the thing, guys. Right here, that you can't see because it's not up. 1 second.
Would a head injury cause blood from inside the ear?
It could. It very well could. Internal bleeding, 100%. Because if you hit your head in the right spot, you could bust open a blood vessel inside your head, which in
Mhm.
turn is going to bleed inside your head into your ear canal and whatnot, into your throat, or wherever depending on where it's at. Okay, if it drains into the cavity the right way, then yeah. Here's the thing. Remember, they said she got that outfit from a yard sale. That stain may have already been on that jacket to begin with, and that's very, very, very possible, Vicky. That's very possible. I will not ever argue that. Thank you for that. But this has always bothered me with the bluing in the nails, and like you can see the dirt on the nails, but this is different right here. That bluing there, that's always bugged me. I don't even think that this is the right one, Molly. Hold on. Let me see if this makes a difference. Even here, guys. No problem. That was good. No problem. Country twang. My wife loves your voice. It reminds her of home, she said. All right, so this is another angle from it, and it definitely looks darker right there. Okay, bruisey colored. I mean, as compared to that, for sure. And that's the stain again. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's pull that one down. I don't know, Lance. I don't know if there was. It was probably just word of mouth, but oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, Red. That's what I was thinking. I just couldn't.
That's true. Very true. Very, very true.
It's like when we were younger, kids used to come up and they'd take their hands on the side of somebody's head and, smack them real hard. Kids would get their eardrums busted.
Very, very, very true. Okay, I think I got all of Molly's emails now. I hope. If not, please let me know. Excuse me. So again, guys, these are wait a minute. Oh, maybe I didn't. Let me see. Okay, we got that one. Thank the Lord. That one's done. All right. Load. Okay, anyway, sorry. Oh my God, PPR. I swear. I can't stand. I'm not even going to talk about it. Moving on. Right, this is the 3. Yeah, we looked at that already. Okay. All right. And that's it as far as the emails. I did get them all. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Does anybody have any thoughts, theories, opinions, anything? Seriously, at this point. Because these are the things that I wanted to go back and look at. Based on the theories as far as the accidental things I told you that I had, there's been theories of people saying she could have slipped and hit her head, that we saw the tree branches. There was actual in fact, I want to see if I can show you. There's actual like full-size trees sticking out of the ground in that area that she was swimming in, guys, like that had fallen in there and they're sticking up out of the water. So that doesn't need to be up anymore either. So give me a moment here, everybody. Let me show you. Could be me. I just hope someone taking her, giving her love. That's what I prayed for that, to be honest with you, that somebody just took her away, to give her a better life, and that's where she's at, living her best life, happy, smiling, playing, being a little girl, and happy as all could be. That is what my hopes and dreams are with this little girl. These are facts, folks. But the way the real life works, the real world works, this is where we're at with this. I don't know. It's very saddening, disheartening. 1 second. We'll get some water, Squeaky. All right, let me see. Okay, now this is the part that I want you to see real fast. Once I get to it, right here. All right, Chris McDonough had done an interview with Candace not too long after this all went down. And they went to the place that they had gone swimming that day, okay? Just him and Candace, nobody else. Well, there were people around, but they weren't in the interview and all that kind of stuff, is what I'm telling you. And they show the swimming hole area. As again, I told you guys, I researched the day of, it was 97 degrees with, I think, what did I say, 96% humidity?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, or 76% humidity. I'm sorry. It was hot that day, but the water temperature was 71 degrees Fahrenheit, which is kind of cold for somebody. Summer was tiny, completely tiny. That's not cold for us, but for a little girl who's got a very small body, that temperature of the water being in it for a period of time can lower your core temperature too. So just remember those things. And I probably didn't do it again. Damn it. I never do. Okay, here we go. Now, let's try this again.
Bathing shoe?
No, I think he just had his shorts and his shirt on.
Okay. And was Summer, was she in her bathing shoe?
Yes.
And how did she get in her bathing suit? Or...
I actually put her bathing suit on before we left home because it was really hot out that day.
Okay.
So it was just something small and then not too hot.
Okay. Okay.
Because I know how she gets too hot.
Okay. And what was the temperature that day? Give me an idea.
Probably in the 80s.
Okay. So it's Tennessee warm.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like it is now.
And are you an air conditioned person, or in your mom's truck was the AC on or
I
off?
don't like AC.
Okay. Okay. So what happened? Where do you guys go, and where's Summer going here?
We all walked down this path, me, my mom, and Summer.
All right. So all three of you together.
Yeah.
Now, how does Mom's knee handle this hill here?
Well, she uses her cane, so it's a little bit easier, and she'll hold on to my shoulder. So.
Okay.
Now, right there, it's been said twice now, okay, that Brandis was not with them at this watering hole, whatever you call this, swimming hole. The first story was that she was in the truck. The second story was that she was not there at all. She was at the hospital. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
Okay, so now we're back in this interview to them saying that she walked right along with them down the path to the water, the swimming hole.
And did you catch that she said that she put Summer's bathing suit on her before they left home?
Yes. Yes. And then we heard in the interview that Summer's bathing suit got changed at Allie's house when they picked Hunter up, guys. This is what I'm saying. This is what I have issue with, is all of the either lies or mistellings of the situation. I'll just put it as, okay? Echoes. Yes, Ada. I think Candace on this interview was holding back a lot of information. She wasn't. I don't think she was honest at all, PW.
Yeah.
At all. There's proof right there, what she just said. Anyway.
She doesn't fall or nothing.
So you're kind of escorting her down here.
Yeah.
And is Summer ahead of you or behind you?
She's right here in front of me.
Okay. She walk me through.
And here's my problem. Why do we need to lie about something like that? What's going to come from that?
Right.
What is it that who cares if Grandis was there or wasn't there? Why would you need to lie about that?
Exactly.
That's what my problem is with this, guys. It doesn't make any damn sense. So anyway, I promise I won't interrupt for a minute at least.
Through that.
Oh, we're just walking down through here. I mean, usually, like I said, we go slow because of my mom's knee.
Okay.
Messed up.
Okay.
I was just standing here at the end. And then, well, the water's up a lot further than it usually is. Usually it's down. You can usually see all that wood sticking up all the water. And she was just...
I guess maybe not a minute. So there it is. There's all of these sticks jutting up out of the water, and Candace is saying that it was usually a lot lower, which means that more of this is sticking up out of the water. See this one over here? And that, and these, that very well could, you could slip and run into that or get thrown into that. Okay.
Yeah, and she said the water at that time right there was higher than what it
exactly. So there could have been more sticks in there that were surfaced out of the top of the water. You know what I'm saying? So again, keep on listening.
Just put right here.
And what time do you get here about, if you remember?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. Time is... I don't keep track of time.
No, I understand.
I mean, I get up in the morning, I do my thing with the kids, and then we go to bed.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off, and I was sitting there, and Hunter called me and asked me what I was doing. I said I was sitting at the hospital.
Now, back up one more time. In the interview with Hunter and Allie and the great grandmother, whoever that was, we remember that. Or did she call you? And what was his answer? Do you remember that, Mama Bear?
I'm trying to remember.
He said, if I remember correctly, guys, I might be wrong, but I'm almost 96% sure that he said that she called him and said, what are you up to? What are you guys doing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, she just said that that's what happened on his side of things. So they're going back and forth with this, okay? This is why I wanted to do this, because these are the things that I didn't catch in the beginning. Okay? So lie after lie after lie. Let's keep going.
Hospital in the parking lot waiting on my mom to get done. And he said, well, why don't y'all come over? I said, well, as long as your mom says it's okay. And I guess he woke her up or said something to her, and he said, yeah, she said it's fine for a little bit, because I guess his grandma was coming over or something. She don't like her. But I don't like her either. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, first of all, what's up, yo baby? Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. It's okay. No worries. Now, again, he had to wake his mother up to ask if they could come by, right? Mm-hmm. Odds are still sleeping when they got there. That was another mistelling of the truth. Okay, keep going.
That's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, she seems like you guys have had a falling out. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And it was stupid part.
I'm sorry, Vicky. Didn't she say she called Hunter? No, she said that Hunter called her. Just now, she just said Hunter called her. Did she or did she not, Mama Bear?
I thought that's what she said.
Go back a little bit just to make sure.
Summer, ahead you or behind you?
Right in front of me.
Okay. Should walk me through that.
Oh, we're just walking down through here. I mean, usually, like I said, we go slow because of my mom's knee.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay.
I was just standing here at the end. Well, the water's up a lot further than it usually is. Usually it's down. You can usually see all that wood sticking up all the water. And she was just playing right here.
And what time do you get here about, if you remember?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. Time is... I don't keep track of time.
No, I understand.
I mean, I get up in the morning, I do my thing with the kids, and then we go to bed.
Okay.
I can't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off, and I was sitting there, and Hunter called me.
She said that very clearly. Hunter called me. Okay.
Yep.
So there are a bunch of flowers
There's
here.
a bunch of flowers right here, yeah, on this little pedal. I don't know what, I guess they've all died now, but.
And where's Grandma?
Mom's standing right here.
Okay.
And I'm over here close to the edge just because summer's in the water, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
Okay.
And she's just playing, you know, like a normal kid would play in the water. And then Hunter came from wherever he was and come down here and was standing here. I don't want to get all wet, but
Yeah.
he was like standing here and some was out a little bit further than too far apart from like me and your watch is.
Okay. Is that the TikTok video you took?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see how far they were apart.
Yeah, I can see it. Right.
And with him sitting there saying that she fell on a rock, there's no rock. Where do you see a rock?
Right. Yeah, the only rock.
Under the water. Anyway.
I saw were right over here,
Yeah,
and then
not
up
even-
there.
Yeah, they're way over there, and I'm right here.
Okay. So this is where she is, though.
Yeah, this is where she is right here.
Okay. And how is she? What's her behavior?
Jumping around, splashing, having a good
Just Summer.
time, just like Summer would always do.
Okay.
I mean, that's how all my kids are.
Okay.
They just splash around and have a good time.
Does she go underwater at any time that you see?
Oh, she just sticks her head in, but sticks her right back up. I mean, it was only up to here
So
at the time.
where did this idea of under the water? Where's that come from? Okay.
That just blew my mind when I heard that. I was like, she didn't even go into it because when she was playing in the water, I was literally taking the TikTok video just to watch, you know, and I did different things because that's how TikTok is. You can do different things with them. And I was just taking TikTok video and he come up out of there somewhere and I was like, just flashed around and he threw up gang signs.
Do you know them?
No, I have no idea who that is. And then he started throwing up gang signs, and I'm like, so I moved it back away from him as quick as I could, and I was videoing them flowers, and then back at Summer again real quick. And then he decided to get in the water right there, and he went like this with the water a couple times. I told him, please stop that. She don't like to be splashed. And so he quit, got out.
Does anybody in here believe that she really said, please stop that? She don't like to be splashed. I don't think that's what she said or how she said it. Okay, so everything about this conversation is being completely embellished and turned around and twisted and lied about, basically, as we've heard. Hunter called her. She was only right here, which you can see in the video that she was out further than where she said she was. There's sticks and rocks all over that place. She's denying everything the Hunter said too. So, like, this is ridiculous, guys. Completely. She's lied multiple times in this. And then the whole fabrication of what Candace doesn't talk that way. Okay. Candace does not talk to we've seen her live on her live streams, and the way she talks, she does not say, can you please not do that? Summer doesn't like being splashed. Are you kidding me?
Right.
She didn't say that. We know she didn't say that. This is insanity. Anyway, moving on.
And I said, come on, so get the prescription. And we just got back in the truck and left.
Okay. So a lot.
There's another lie. Come on, Summer, we got to go get Grandma's prescription. So, okay, we went from she was picked up at the hospital after they were at the swimming hole. And they went to Walgreens before. Good God, I'm so confused right now. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, this is all turned around, folks, completely backwards from what Hunter had said and what Allie said and other people had said. So there's lies, and more lies. Good Jesus.
A lot has been said about the tea thing, right? And there's can over there and stuff. Now, I asked Hunter.
When we come down
Tell me
here,
the
this
story
whole
on
place
that.
was littered in trash.
Okay.
It was all trash down here. Like, them teas were all over through there, all through everywhere.
Okay.
There was flowers that my mom wanted to pick from here, and I said, Mom, you better not do that. It's a state park. You get in
Okay.
trouble for that if you get caught.
Okay.
I'm not getting caught for that. And I
Okay.
told her that, and we just walked on back to the truck. But I don't know where that iced tea coming from. I know that I did buy an iced tea
Okay.
from the smoke shop in town, but I bought that iced tea from my mother.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if she was here today, she would tell you that.
Right. Right.
And the vapes that I bought
Yep.
were nicotine vapes from the hip.
So again, what's up, Miss Pookie? Good to see you. So there's another lie that has just been said, okay, about the tea. She said now she's saying she bought it for her mother. Her mother don't drink that shit. Her mother said in her interview, and she was already taking pain pills and whatever else she got at the hospital. I'm sure she's not going to drink on top of it too. Well, then again, she might. Don't block my account. Oh, okay, why would I? Why would I block your account? No worries. Moving on.
Hippie house.
Next door.
Right, next door.
Okay.
Well, no, they're kind of, one's further down by the mall. The smoke shop's further down by the mall where I got the IC. And the hippie house is just right over here before you crossed over the bridge.
Got it. Okay. So the smoke shop where you bought the
We went to the hospital,
right,
and picked up my mom.
right.
And then we stopped at the smoke shop and I got mom that twisted tea that she wanted. And then I stopped at the hippie house and got me some smoked nicotine vapes, is what I got.
Okay. What flavor?
I think they were Skittles.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like.
Do they have like a different
They
flavor?
actually taste like Skittles.
Okay.
It's the only kind I'll buy.
Okay.
And then we left from there and we went straight down to Walgreens and went to the drive-thru. But after we were done at the hippie house, I think we bought 3 of them, I think, to believe. And I set them right there on the council. And he asked for one. I said, no, you can't have none.
Did he take one?
That was another lie because he said that she bought him one and gave him one, right or wrong.
Right.
Okay. Just clarifying, guys. On we go.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But then we went to the Walgreens and dropped off mom's prescription. I said, well, if we got to wait 30 minutes, why don't we just bring Summer down here and let her play for a little bit?
Okay.
And that's what we did.
Okay.
I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him anything down here. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't.
All right. So it's your word against his, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay. On this scenario right
Yes.
here. Okay. So from here, where do you guys go?
Walgreens to pick up my mom's prescription.
Now, with that being said, what would Hunter have to gain from telling us or anybody or Chris, for instance, the interview that he did? What is Hunter going to gain by telling anybody that she did this? Because he could get in trouble for drinking the alcohol and smoking the vape. So why would he even come out with that at all?
Right.
Okay. Does that make sense?
No.
I mean, if I was a 15-year-old kid, I'm not going to come out and say, well, I was drinking a twisted tea that she bought for me and a vape that she bought for me. I would have said nothing about those at all, regardless of who bought it or who didn't buy it. I wouldn't have talked about it at all.
Right.
Okay. It would have never been talked about. It would have never been said. That didn't need brought up, but he did bring it up because he was telling the truth. He said, whatever. I don't know. We don't know what the odds are or what the real deal is with that. But anyway, that's why he said he was doing it. And now she's saying it's the opposite, and she has no idea where any of that came from. I call bullshit. So anyway, moving on.
Hey, I need to hop off here. My kids need me for something.
No, that's fine. I'm almost done with this too. As soon as I finish out with this video, I'm gonna be done anyway. So thanks for joining me, Mama Bear. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you here in a little bit.
Okay. Have a good night, guys.
You too. All right, here we go.
Okay, is that the Walgreens right down at the edge here? It's the one that I showed the other day that it's right down here?
Yeah, when we turned to come down here,
Yeah.
it's right there on the corner.
Okay, you get mom's prescription.
Yep.
Then what happens?
Then I told mom, I said, why don't we get a Sonic?
Okay.
Because it's hot out.
Right.
So we drove in there and got a Sonic.
Okay, sorry guys. I don't know what just happened there, but 1 second. All right. But why I mentioned Skittles and there was Skittles candy on the seat. The only reason I think that she may be passing away. The picture when she said she jumped right up like it was nothing. I agree with you, Charnel. I agree with you, Charnel. On that there. I don't know about the overdose thing, but I agree with this. Okay. Moving forward.
And I went up Moreland Drive because I had to pick up a few things. I was in the store for maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grabbed some milk and some cheese, and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay. And that's the food lush?
No,
or
priceless.
Priceless. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
Okay.
And I took him back to his house and dropped him off and left. And Summer was still awake when I left his house.
Okay. Okay.
And Allie did never watch.
Okay. Now we're back to this again. Okay. Ooh. First of all, why would that be an issue that she has to say, Hunter, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not coming to our house. You're going home. Okay. And you're the one that asked him to go with you to begin with. So that doesn't make any sense. 5 minutes, Hunter said an hour. Right. Exactly. So now here's the other side of it. When they got to drop Hunter off, that Hunter was asleep because Allie asked to go see or if she could wake her up, this and that and everything else, and she said no. Right or wrong? Now she's saying that Summer was awake when they left after dropping Hunter off. More lies. Okay, moving on.
To the truck and try to talk to me, or
okay.
I tried to get her to come over and talk to me, but she wouldn't.
Okay. Where does from here when you left here, okay, and you went to Sonic, like you mentioned?
There again, another lie, because Allie said she did talk to Candace, and Candace said not to wake Summer up. She didn't want to because Allie wanted her to wake her up so she could talk to her. Candace is saying the exact opposite on all of this, okay? I think she was supposed to just be sedated. The reason being traffic. She was being rented out. Candace freaked because she was too groggy. That is my only opinion. She has obviously been well, and those are all your opinions, and I absolutely respect those, Charnel, as we do with everybody's opinions in here. I can agree with you on some senses, for sure. So, and the point is, guys, and the point with these videos is the lies that are going back and forth. Like I said in the title, truths and lies. How do we figure out which is which? From what we watched in the interview with Hunter, with Chris Madonna here, Candace has said the exact opposite of what Allie and Hunter said. This is crazy. And I really didn't pay attention to this the first time that we were covering this because I was more worried about what's going on with Summer. But now we see these things. So moving on.
What flavors do you buy? Do you remember?
I think I got me and Mom a grape.
Is that your favorite?
Not my mom.
Is that your favorite?
That's my favorite. I don't remember what Mom got. She got, it's like a cool water or something like that.
Okay.
And then Hunter, I think, wanted the blue one, I think.
Okay, is that the slushy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The slushies. I don't really.
Did you buy food?
Nope.
Just the slushies?
Just the slushies.
Okay. Then what happened?
And then we left from there and went to.
Well, there again, that proves my truth that she didn't feed that child all day. But anyway, moving on.
Priceless, and I wasn't even in there 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grabbed my milk, come right back out the door, and he was sitting there playing on TikTok like he always does.
Okay.
I mean, and then for him to sit there
and then there again, he said he was sitting there watching TikTok videos with Summer, and he said he never goes on TikTok because he doesn't do it. He doesn't like TikTok. He doesn't do that kind of stuff. Okay. You have to pick out the words used by guilty people. They focus so hard on nothing, or not telling the truth that they end up throwing it up there. But exactly. And thank you so much, yo baby. That is awesome. Thank you so very much. The first super chat of the day. That is very much appreciated, my dear. I really do appreciate you. That helps, believe me, because guys, this whole channel is completely crowdfunded. So if it's not for that kind of stuff, I don't get to come here to you guys. So it is appreciated, guys. Let me get that up and running for you. I haven't got to play with this in a while. 1 second, everybody. So, like I'm saying, that was one of the big things that Hunter said, was that he doesn't do TikTok because he doesn't like it. She says, like he always does. Do you see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Again, thank you so much for that, yo baby. I appreciate that so very much. That's amazing. Absolutely, Charnel. You're allowed to say anything that you choose to say in here. That's what this is all about. Is I want to hear your guys' opinions, thoughts, and theories on this. Okay, I really do. And that's what's important about this. That's why we do these think tanks, and that's how we break things down. We take it apart, break it down, and put it back together and see what we can get out of that. That's why this is so very important, guys. Thank you, Brandy. Again, those are the links, guys, for the Venmo, PayPal, and the Cash App, should you choose to use that as well. I do appreciate that. Appreciate that, yo baby. I really do. Thank you. That was sweet. So very nice. So moving on with this one, I can't imagine, or I can't believe that I missed all this stuff in the beginning, the first time we went through this case. It's crazy. Everything that's been said has been a lie thus far.
Say that he doesn't even make TikToks. I have on my phone personally, I can show you where he's made TikToks.
Okay.
Honest to God.
I hope you've given it to the officials, right?
No, actually, it's still on my phone. I haven't had a chance because I was going to talk to them Tuesday when I went back to town.
Okay,
I got some business I got to take care of.
Got it. Roger that. So from there, you go back to Hunter's house.
I drop him off.
Explain the milk. The picture of
the milk, it was sitting right there beside Summer.
Okay.
Because when I handed it to Hunter in the car, he was on the outside. Oh. I said, Hunter, put this on the other side of Summer. I just set it over there.
Okay.
And she was wide awake sitting up.
Okay.
Like, she didn't go to sleep until after we left town.
Did she change clothes?
Yeah, I changed the clothes because when I have the windows down, it could be 100 degrees. I'll have a window.
No, I have not, Miss Pookie. But don't worry about it. You're not bringing no problems. We got enough moderators. Everybody knows how to handle things. So say what you got to say or what you need to do. No worries. No worries at all. Yes, we absolutely do, Charnel. We absolutely appreciate every one of you guys. 100%.
Windows up. Roll up the window, Mommy, I'm cold. And she not be cold, but I still do it.
Is that part of Summer's
That's
personality?
just Summer.
Tell me about Summer.
Tell you about Summer.
I want to know about Summer.
She's a happy little girl.
Okay.
She's the best little girl anybody could imagine. Just like, well, I don't really want to say her name.
Yeah, don't say her name.
But, you know, happy-go-lucky. Nothing ever brings her down hardly.
Mm-hmm. Today's a tough day for you, I can tell.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's been tough lately.
Tell me about that.
Well, every time I look around, I see her face.
Okay.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
Well, help me understand when you...
All right, guys, I'm not a psychiatrist, a psychologist. I'm a human being. And that moment right there should have made her cry her eyes out as a mother, in my opinion. That's my opinion, okay? But that's what I would have expected to see if that emotion was real. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean or cold-hearted. I'm just saying that just something about that is not right to me. Moving on. I'm trying to get through this whole video with you guys to show you what I'm thinking, or what I'm trying to try to show you what I'm thinking about this. Sorry. This is something is off with all of this.
Went home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take me back to that day. Yeah, on the way home.
On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, about everything pretty much. Trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes, pretty much we talk about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back, because I'm driving, and I look back like this, she had her arms up like this, like her daddy sleeps all the time.
Okay.
So I wanted to.
Okay, so here's my question: is we're driving down the road. Listen to that again. Please listen to that again.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
Well, help me understand when you went home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take me back to that day. Yeah, on the way home.
On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, about everything pretty much. Trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes.
And the last thing I gotta go is think about what would be bad enough that she would not be able to just admit that an accident happened. It could not be an accident. She would admit that by now. I agree with that wholeheartedly, Charnel. I do. I'm sorry you got to go, but I hope to see you back. Like I said, I'm live every day between 12 and 12:30. I'll be here tonight at 7 p.m. as well, doing another part of the series that I do, a different series I do. But you're welcome at any time, and it's been great to have you here. I do appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks for joining us. Have a great one. Let's finish this up, folks.
Pretty much we talk about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back, because I'm driving, and I look back like this, she had her arms up like this, like her daddy sleeps all the time.
Okay.
So I wanted to catch.
So, first of all, you can't look in your rearview mirror and see her, but you didn't. But why would you ask how she's sleeping? This sounds like a completely made up story to me, guys. The whole thing. Which makes me in turn believe that picture may have been something that was either premeditated in a sense or from a completely different day, and they just put it together as this part of this story. I mean, I'm just saying.
Catch that moment.
Okay.
It was just things I do.
Right.
And I was like, here, Mom, hurry up, take that picture. And then she accidentally hit the video record.
Okay.
Instead of the picture part.
Okay.
So like, she's like, F, no, I accidentally hit the video part.
That's what you get for handing Grandma the camera.
Yeah, well, I was driving though.
Okay.
And I was like, did she put her arm back down? She's like, yeah. I was like, dang. And then she got a picture of her, but by that time her arm was down. But her arm.
But see, she didn't do any of that because we just watched that video and she didn't say dang or did she do. That's not how that happened, guys. So she's fabricating this story as she goes. When we watched the video of how that actually happened, that's not true what she just said. So again, God.
Arm was up most of the time like this.
Right.
And we were like 2 minutes from the house when she took her arm down.
Okay.
And then when we got to the house, we unlocked the gate, went up, and I woke her up. She got up, I unbuckled her, she got out of the car. We went and grabbed the boys from the house to come help us with the groceries.
Yep.
Because I always have them come help me do something.
And now, who was home when you got home?
My 3 sons.
Okay. And how old's your oldest?
He'll be 13 in September.
Okay. So was he babysitting?
Well, technically they weren't really. They were watching TV and sleeping at the same time.
Okay.
And I was just going to run out for a second, and we never even planned. I didn't even plan for Hunter to even be with us that day at all.
Got it.
He just called and was like, want to come over for a second? I was like, yeah, I'll come over for a second, but I got to get right back to Mom. And that was all it was a quick second thing.
Got it.
And he's like, Mom, can I go with them? I'm like sitting there shaking my head like this, and I was like, I don't care. So I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
You know,
So now she didn't want him to go with her, but she called him and asked him to go with her. And Allie said that that's how that happened too. Again, guys, lies.
I didn't even think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I always take them kids. Every time they call me and ask me, come get me, I I always come get them because their mom don't do nothing with them.
Okay.
She just sits there.
That seems to be the difference between you and Allie. You guys have a difference in terms of what you say you do and what she says she does, right?
Right.
There's always that. It seems to be a conflict.
Conflict somewhere.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead. Finish your
But
thought.
I'm always taking the kids like it was, I want to say like 3-4 months ago. I went over to Allie's and I asked Allie if she wanted her and the kids wanted to go up to, I want to call it Ducktown because that's where we planned on going, was Ducktown. And she's like, no, I'm going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. I was like, well, can I go? And Allie's like, yeah, go ahead. So we took him up to Ducktown with us and stuff and brought him back, and everything was fine. I thought we were good friends, but I guess she's trying to get back at me for some reason. I don't know.
Those are reasons that
They're beyond me.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
and you know what? That's not for me, right? Let's let the authorities figure that out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's why I didn't really want to do an interview, because I'm not trying to fight this,
Right.
or say something that I say. I'm not into all that game.
I'm here to help find your daughter.
I want to find Summer. I don't even care about anybody else's bullcrap. I want to find my daughter.
I do too. Okay.
That's all this matters to me.
I totally agree. I totally agree that I'm on that same page with you. All these people, I'm sure, are on the exact same page as well. I think you know that, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through when you got home.
Okay.
You unload the grocery. What exactly is going down there?
Well, I'm like, I bring my kids out, and we all unload the groceries, but we all go in my house first because we sort out my mom's groceries from her groceries.
Okay.
We always do.
Yeah.
And we did that, and Mom walked back across, and me and Summer were putting groceries away, and watching TV off and on, and just chilling with the boys, hanging out, and then we decided to do some laundry, because my kids, they got 80 pairs of pants, 80 pairs, each one of them.
Okay.
So, doing laundry at my house is like
A job, right?
It's a job.
Right.
His mom was sitting on the step, and her step is like literally from here to that tree, from my doorstep.
Okay.
I can literally walk over and be right there.
Okay.
And she's like looking around. I was like, "What's the problem?" She's like, "We got to get these plants transplanted into bigger pots."
Okay.
And she.
Now you're sitting on the front porch, or where you all?
No, I'm not sitting.
Are you in the house?
No. She's sitting on our camper step right there.
Okay.
And the flowers are here on both sides.
Okay.
And I'm just standing there. We're just talking. And she's like, "We got to get these transplanted." And I was like, "All right, well." She goes, "Well, we know the boys ain't going to help because they don't like to do flowers."
Yeah, what boy does, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, "But I know someone that will." So I ran back in the house and I grabbed Summer. She was sitting in the kitchen playing with her little, what are them? Little short guys with the big eyeballs.
Okay.
And I was like, "Summer, you want to plant flowers with me and Grandma?"
Is that the LOL things? Are they?
No, they're not.
Like
She didn't really like LOLs.
Okay.
She didn't care for those. No, I don't know what they're called. They're all kinds of different characters, like different animals, but they got big eyes.
Okay.
She liked them, so I bought them for her. And she was sitting there, I was like, "Summer, you want to do some flower planting and stuff?" She jumped up faster than anything I've seen jump up. She's like, "Pretty flowers?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go over to Grandma's and plant flowers." Transplant is what we did. And so we did that, and I don't know, it took us a while. Probably 30, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, I don't know. We're not real fast people. We don't.
Okay. Your Tennessee time.
Yeah,
just sitting on a porch.
All right, Mom.
Drinking some sweet tea and just.
I don't drink tea.
Okay, but chatting around.
Yeah, just chatting pretty much. Me and Mom drink Mountain Dew.
Okay.
That's what we do. We drink Mountain Dew. Yep. And summer we got done. We washed our hands real quick. Went in Grandma's house and she has Grandma from Peace Candy. Shows us. And of course, Grandma gives it to her.
Sure.
And she wanted Peace Candy, so Grandma gave it to her. We were sitting there for about, 5-10 minutes maybe at the most. And she goes, "Mom, I want to go back to the house with my brothers." I was like, "All right." So I got up and I walked her back across to where I could literally see her walking to my doorstep.
Okay.
And she was
Front door, back door?
No, it's, well, I don't know if you want to call it the front door, back door, because it's not really consistent which way.
Which door is it? In some of the pictures I see,
It's
there's a door around the bottom and the back.
not the basement door. I call it the kitchen door, is what I call it.
Okay.
And she walked in there, and there's a scaffolding that we have for steps, the yellow and black scaffolding we have for steps. And I put my hand on the scaffold. I said, "Boy, watch something. I'll be right back." And I had to go over and help Mom. She was still sitting over there, and I had to go and get her knee brace and fix it for her because it was twisting the crap.
Okay.
It took me like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a time person. Never have been.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I said, "Mom, I'm going back over with the kids, chill and hang out, whatever." And I freaking asked her brother, "Well, where'd your sister go? She was just right here with you." "But you want to go play with her toys downstairs, Mom?" I said, "I think not, because that's where our room is. That's where her toys are."
Okay.
And after about a second, I didn't hear nothing down there. I was like, "You sure she went downstairs?" They're like, "Yeah, Mom, she went downstairs." And my boys do not lie to me. So I went around because my stairs, my husband calls it a bar, but it's not really a bar. I call it a mess. We built it over the staircase. I guess you could call it a bar, but it's not really a bar because we don't work that one. So, but it was like where we put our TV stand and stuff like that. And I walked around because that's where the steps are hidden up underneath there. And I said, "Summer." And she didn't answer me. I said, "Summer, are you down there?" And she didn't answer me. So I ran down the stairs pretty much. I was freaking out. I was like, "Why is she not answering me?" And I looked, I just went, I blew up. I went everywhere looking for her. So I couldn't find her number.
Okay. Then what happened?
And she was just gone.
Okay.
She was just gone into nowhere. And I started tracing the property, going everywhere I could. I sent my boys down through we live on a hill, so it was down in the creek. I sent them all down through there looking and everything. They still, I said, "Still didn't find her?" And they said, "No." So I ran over and I freaked out. I called Don because that's what I do automatically. I freak out, you know.
You called Don.
I called Don. I said, "I cannot find Summer. Come home now." He's like, "Call the cops." So I threw my phone down on the back of his pickup, ran over to my mom, picked up her phone because it's the only one that gets out there is AT&T.
Okay.
So I picked up her phone, I had a dollar on one. I said, "I cannot find my daughter." And they sent people out, and I wasn't just going to stand there and wait for them to send people out.
Right.
I jumped in my mom's truck, and I went down the driveway as fast as I could. I went everywhere I could possibly think, every road which way. I hadn't seen no cars, I hadn't seen nobody at all. And I was like flipping out. I was a hot mess, so you call it.
Okay.
It makes no sense. The only thing that can come to my mind is that somebody snuck up there in that yard and took my baby girl.
What are the odds of that
What are the odds of that?
from your perspective?
It happens all the time, all the way around the world.
I'm not questioning that it happens. I'm just asking you from your perspective and your property living up there as long as Candace, right? What are the odds that happened? Take a guess.
50-50.
Okay. What would be the 50% that it didn't happen? What are the other possibilities?
I have no idea.
Okay. Could she have walked away and fallen?
Knowing my daughter?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay. What's in your heart today in terms of what gives you hope and what do you hold on to? I mean, you've been around the block a couple of weekends, okay? I mean, so have I. And I think what you're telling me here, I have no reason to disagree with you. You know what I mean? I mean, there's going to be a lot of he said, she said, and you know, and I know, no matter what,
In my heart, I believe, now this is just the way I feel.
I respect that. Totally respect
I
that.
feel that somebody got her hid out somewhere
Okay.
and is keeping her away from us.
Help me understand why that's in your heart.
Okay, first off, I didn't know how many sex offenders lived around me that were only 8 minutes from my property.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Right.
And another, my daughter never goes out into the woods because we've taught her there's dangerous snakes, there's bears, there's pack of dogs, there's coyotes, there's everything magical out there in the woods that could hurt you.
Okay.
I've even taught my boys that.
Okay.
And I have never stressed that enough. I tell her that every day.
Right.
And she would never, ever go anywhere than that swing that's on that tree.
Okay. Yeah, tell me about that swing. Is that her favorite? I love those videos you put up showing her just having an absolute blast. That's it, blast. You know, what about this call allegedly that Hunter says came in? Well, he said there was a call that Dawn made to you while you were in line at the prescription. Did that happen?
He called me and asked how everything was going.
Okay.
And how soon we were going to be home.
Okay. Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Dawn had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so where is?
I don't need to get upset, but when something
you're
like that,
here's the good news. Okay. This is your daughter.
I know where my husband was.
Okay, but you have every reason. Don't apologize.
No, I'm just.
Okay.
Don't
apologize.
Me so mad that
I mean, the fact that you're wearing mom patrol.
That somebody could stand there and lie.
People lie.
To law enforcement, to everybody. It makes me so mad that it just makes my blood boil.
Right. So she disappears.
I don't know what else to say.
What are the possibilities in your mind? I know what your heart's saying. Your heart's saying she's with somebody right now. How would we know how to connect that dot? You and me.
Well, like, for instance, that Dobbs guy that was supposed to be camping across at my neighbor's house.
Right.
He was there that same time. And then Tony Hammonds, whoever the hell he is, he was down through there.
Who was there when you got home?
There was nobody there. There was my mom mentioned the blue van across at my neighbor's house, but I just figured she had company.
Okay.
I didn't know about that was the guy that was trying to move in there. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
And so I didn't think nothing. I just figured it was neighbors. I had visitors.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think nothing about that. I gotta stop. I can't do no more. I gotta have a cigarette. Sorry.
No, good. Light it up.
I just don't.
Light it up,
no,
girl.
I don't want to breathe in.
No. Go blow it. Go. I'm not gonna. Don't worry about me. You should see me drive. I'm a mess when I drive.
I can't drive like that.
You got a lot going on, Candace. I respect you. I'm sorry that you're having all this problem. And no matter what we say, you or me, somebody's going to question
It doesn't matter what I say or do or try to prove to people. Somebody's always going to twist my stuff.
Right.
And for that one woman to go on there that works with.
Do you guys notice how, as they're standing there talking, you know, he says something to her and she's looking over here. Why is she looking over there? It's like she's trying to detach herself from this situation at this point. She's over here. This is where she's paying attention to. She's not looking at him. She's not responding to him. She's responding at him. You see what I'm saying? That's not how you talk to people, guys. To me, it seems like she's trying to detach herself from right here by going that way. It's all right, Molly. It's all right. Welcome, Victoria. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate you so very much. And most anybody would have, yo, baby, and Vicky, anybody would have been bawling their eyes out having this talk right now. Nope. There is no eye contact because she can't. because she's guilt. It's guilt, guys. She's not telling the truth about things, so she can't. That's my opinion. I'll be honest with you, 100%. So,
with Allie, know my kids. She don't know what they do every day. Most of my boys right here, they tell you.
I've seen a lot of your pictures.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
that's exactly it.
You know what I
Molly.
mean? That speaks a lot. That says a lot. Nobody's perfect, though, right?
No, I'm not perfect.
I'm not perfect by any means, shape, or thought.
Never have been perfect. Never meant to try to be perfect.
And me neither. I mean, you.
I am a person just like you.
Yep.
Like your wife.
That's right.
That person out there on that jet ski.
That's right.
I'm no different than anybody else.
We all make mistakes. There's no question about that. No question about it.
And see, Chris was trying to lead her to tell him something else in this situation right here. It's an interrogation tactic. That's what he's doing right now. Is he's playing into her, her, trust side to get her to trust him by making them equals. By doing that, he's trying to get her to come up with something else as to maybe what really happened or something that she's not talking about. She's not playing the game. She's smarter than she comes off to be, guys. She is very immature, but she still has enough of that up there to understand. Exactly, Sherry. I could not even be in that spot without flip. Right, Molly. Any other mother would, or father for that matter. Any normal person would. So that's what this is going on right here, right now. And she's not playing into it because that's how hardcore she is into what is going on with this. I'm not trying. I'm for lack of better terms, guys. My apologies. But anyway, she knows that he's doing. She won't have it. So.
I can't even enjoy life without my kids.
Help me understand what you mean by that.
Like how these guys are out here having fun with their family and stuff. I can't even go in that water and pretend to even have fun because what's the point? She's not here to enjoy it with.
You know, I lost a son.
Yeah, you were saying that.
I know that whole. I know there's a depth of pain that nobody understands until you have that hole.
We watched that. Remember you doing that. That is a big point right there.
You know, I've been in this hole twice now.
Help me understand that.
Well, once when my mom called me and said that they couldn't find my little sister, Rosie.
Okay.
When she disappeared. And that was heartbreaking. But my daughter, that's twice as worse.
Right.
You might as well just rip my chest out, throw it out there for the fish to eat because it's worthless without her. I try to be strong for my boys. I try to have hope. I feel like everybody is against me.
Now, here's another problem I have. She didn't get teary-eyed through anything she was talking about with Summer. But now she's going to get teary-eyed because now she's talking about herself. Okay? I feel like everybody's against me. Woe is me. It's me. It's me. Okay? Now she's got emotions. What's wrong with that? Do you see my point? She should have had those emotions when they were talking about Summer. She didn't. But now that we're talking about Candace and that everybody's out to get Candace, woe is me. Now she's crying. Give me a break. I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. And that proves the person that she is to me, in my opinion. Okay. This makes me sick, but it is what it is.
It's all right. You wanna rest for a minute? You wanna take a break for a second? Yeah. Take your time. Nobody else is here. They're all.
And the thing is Chris McDonough, I'm not saying he's perfect, guys, but he knows what she's doing. He's playing into her as what to get what he needs to get. Okay. He knows how this goes. He's watching her do her act as she goes in her variations of it. It's kind of pathetic, if you ask me. Crazy.
All gone. Everybody left. You know, the world today is so different than it used to be even 10 years ago because of, the people can get on, this little device and say, he's lying, she's lying, he's this, that, and they do it about me too. You're right. It's just so out of control almost.
I've really never seen so much hate in my life until now.
I believe it.
Honestly.
I believe it. Because I think everybody wants to help, but they don't know how to help. So when they hear indiscrepancies, okay, automatically what is that? Oh man, don't get stung on me now. You'll be blaming me for a bee sting. But they don't know how to help, or they want to help, and then of course there's one discrepancy on YouTube or wherever, and next thing you know it just gets crazy. I mean, I've had people say, oh, you paid Hunter to talk to him. Seriously? Am I paying you? No.
I don't want your money.
And I wouldn't offer it. Okay. Here for that reason. That's why I'm here. Okay? That is why I'm here. I'm not interfering with the investigators. I'm letting them do.
I'm not neither. I'm going to let them do their job.
Let them do their thing.
Do their job.
Let them do their thing.
That's all.
Okay? And you came down here on your own to walk me through this.
Yes, sir.
I credit you for that. I respect you for that. Okay? And somebody's going to find something wrong with it, though.
Of course they will.
I'm giving you a heads up. Okay?
Oh, I already know this.
All right. I'm just telling you. Okay?
That's how the world is today.
It is. Now, the other side of that, okay, is if there is a suspicious person or somebody like that now you mentioned, or Don, I can't remember in the first interview, Donna had mentioned that on the news, he mentioned that he thought that she was abducted. How did that conclusion come so quickly? Help me understand that.
Because she never wanders.
Okay.
She always stays right there by the house, right there by the swing.
Okay.
She'll go to grandma's,
and
she'll be right back in the house.
Thanks so much for
She'll
being
never
here.
leave the house. She'll never go out of my sight.
Okay. So what did you tell Dawn at work when you called him?
I just said she was missing. I can't find her. That's all I said.
Do you remember where he was that day? What job site he was on?
I believe he was in Jonesboro at the Meadows, I believe.
Okay, and he's hanging drywall?
No, he's finishing drywall.
Okay, so he's a finisher.
Yeah.
Okay, a taper.
Yep.
Got it. And do you help him?
Well, I tried to help him yesterday, but I just...
Yesterday when I called you, is that where you were working? You told me you were working, and you said you were going to go to church.
Yep.
And you went to church.
Yep,
okay. So you did all the things you told me you were going to do.
Sir.
I got it. Okay, so that all lined up. Okay. And now, when you called him, what was his reaction?
He's like, "What, are you playing with me?" I was like, "No, I'm not playing." He's like, "Call 911," and that's what I did.
Okay.
That was all that was said.
Okay. What was Grandma doing?
Grandma was out hollering for
Okay.
as much as she could. She couldn't. She can't really get down my driveway's horrible.
Right.
Horrible.
Right.
I don't know if you ever been out there, but
I went to your end. I didn't go up.
right, it's horrible out there. The driveway's every time it rains, all the gravel goes into the creek.
Okay. Is Don home now?
No, he's actually at work.
Okay. Do you think you could show me where she was, where you were, and so we
At
could?
my house?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Is that cool?
That's fine.
Okay. Well, let's head up there.
All right, and there it is, folks. Lies, lies, more lies. Mistruth. What's the truth? What's a lie? What's what? I mean, come on. You know, that's what my issue is with all this, guys. It really is. I'm gonna bring it down for today because it's getting late. There's a lot to this, which is why it takes so long to go through it. I do appreciate you guys all being here. One moment, folks. I do appreciate you guys all being here to go through this with us, very much so. I can kind of agree with you, Ada. Sorry, I don't know why I can't say that. To an extent, I absolutely agree with you. Where's my camera like this? This is weird. Okay. So, once again, guys, thank you for joining me again today for this. Don't forget, everybody, that tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry about that. That I'm doing the true story behind the movie Lizzie Borden. I'm going to give you guys the true story behind that scenario. So be here for that, should you choose to. And once again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Moderators, you've done a great job. As always, I love you guys, each and every one of you to death. People that are newer in here, thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you back. I hope you've enjoyed your time here with us, and I hope you should choose to come back. Anybody that may have donated to support the channel, I do appreciate you so very much. So very much. Besides that, guys, like I said, if you're not able to join us tonight at 7, I'll be here tomorrow between 12:30 again to finish up what we're doing. There's a lot to it, folks. Once again, I love you guys to death. Don't forget, guys, to love yourselves and love each other. Don't change a thing about yourselves because you are the beautiful people. Have a great one, folks, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.